Chains on my legs. I just wanna be free. This picking my phone. Hell yeah, they know. Heritage keep going. You can see it in my phenotype. That damn Indian showing. Knowledge keeping me steady. 45 on my hip and my arm man stay ready. I hit the streets in my Chevy. Smell smoking heavy. Man, here you go, I got penny. Prayers up for what's in it. In the land I lost in it. Cause every nigga ain't feeling. And every man ain't willing. No D-Bows was stealing. No heroes for my family. My pigs killing us daily. This is what we sitting on the invader. All praise to the most high. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. Sitting on the invader. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. Where the fuck you come from? Kidnapping our babies. 11 million abortions. Whole country is good.
What up? What up? What up?
Give me my land back. We ain't signed no contracts. Why you wasting all of our trust funds? We know who your daddy is, but we know who your kid is. Take the food up from my plate. Make that shit with my phone. This is what we invader. Sitting on the invader. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. Invader. This is what we invader. Sitting on the invader. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. Hey. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. This is what we invader. Sitting on the invader. This is what we invader. Sitting on the invader. This is what we sitting on the invader. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. Give them all praises. Give them all praises.
Peace, peace, peace. It's the touch in this one. And it's another touch-on build. I got the brother 8P. That's Aboriginal Power for those of you who don't. He is in. What we're going to do today, we're going to build for a little bit, but also, I probably got about another hour to kill. So if anybody want to come in and build, just to have a build, just put your email in the link, and I'll send you a link for the show. So if you'd like to come in, it could be anybody. I don't care who it is. As long as you, he could even be an adversary. I don't care. AP.
I'm here, big bro. What's going on with it? Peace, blessings. You already know.
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. Just make sure you was in the house and everything, for the most part. Shout out to the chat room. Shout out to the Aborigines in North America.
Give all praises to the Most High. You heard the song, man.
That's right. That's my brother Meeks the Shredder. The song is called Invaders. Dope jam. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point in time, I've been listening to hip hop so long. I listen to hip hop not for the personalities. I listen to it for the music. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how many songs I like by artists I don't like, but just because of the way the music and everything is just, you know what I'm saying, together. And you know what I'm saying, it's definitely a nice joint though. Nah, but and that brother right there, I reached out to him, see if we can get him in. I haven't he haven't responded yet, but though shout out to that brother as well. Meets the Shredder jam is called Invaders. For those of you or anybody who would like to know, you know what I'm saying, I'm quite sure y'all done heard it before, but like I said, nice joint. Um, yeah, today just want to just address certain individual, and like I said, I got time, so I'm beat tonight. So I'm extra petty, like, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna be extra petty. I know it. AP.
What is up, big bro? What's going on?
Can you
Let's get it.
find that comment? I was looking for that comment. I could not find it.
I'm about to send it to you in the back.
No, I want to pull it up on the screen.
I'm not
Is
even
it a
on the
way?
laptop. I'm not on the laptop tonight.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. I'm
Are you
on
on your
look.
laptop?
Yeah, I'm on a laptop. Look, let me see something. Let me share the screen. You just tell me where to go. I'm gonna open an application window. Let me see something. Is it this one? This is it right here. AP, unmute your mic. You're
My bad.
AP.
My bad, bro. Yeah, it's on there. It's on that particular
Is it
video.
is it this it's on this? Oh, hold up. Is it on this video? So is it in the chat or is it in the comments?
No, I don't think it's on this one. It's on the Mayan video that he did.
Hold on, let me see something.
Check in the back. It's back there. You can pull it right up. The comment.
I don't know how to pull it up. I don't know how do I pull it up. What do I click on? Right here. Go to chat. I don't see nothing. There ain't nothing in the back. Let me see.
Yeah, you gotta go to the one that we in now. The actual call that we in now.
I don't know how to do that. That means I gotta open Google. I gotta open up Google and all that. Nah, we right here. So
I'm gonna send it to your email.
nah, we ain't gotta do. We can go right. I'm on this page right now. We can go right here. Just tell me what video it is. Is it this one?
Oh, okay. I can't really see. Let me see.
Let's say ancient Egyptians versus Mayan, Aztec, and Incas.
Nah, not that long ago. It was a recent one.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't got no recent ones that I see
Which
about.
which 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 one is this? Is this the general Seti page or the Rod Seti page? It's the
Oh,
general Seti page. Go to the general Seti page, I think. Yeah, for sure.
what's on this one right
Make
here?
sure I hit them like buttons out there. Make sure y'all hit the like button, sharing the video.
Oh, so on this one, it's saying, are the Mayan pyramids older than the Egyptian pyramids? On this one,
Yeah, yep.
I ain't even see. I gotta see this video. I gotta see what you're talking about. I gotta see
Yeah,
how
that's
he
the
getting
one.
out of that.
Yeah, that's the one I pretty much went in on when I did that last little build on my shit, and I killed him. Ain't nothing else for him to come back with. But yeah, that's the particular video I had watched on him. In the beginning of the video, he was talking about us in the beginning of the video. So
My nigga always look like. And look, check it out. Real talk. I fuck with Sarah Suit and Seti. Saying I feel like his energy. So even though we might disagree and everything, he might one of the brothers that, you know what I'm saying, that I can rock with. Even though I don't agree. I definitely don't agree with most of the shit he's saying. though, but I definitely like his energy compared to some of these other niggas. I probably can fuck with him before I can fuck with any other niggas. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of red pill and blue pill. But yeah, man. So what was he saying about the dates that we put up as far as for the I said. And like I said, look, let me tell y'all something in the chat room, right? I ain't listen, I could be right now.
He didn't.
I
He
could be
didn't
at
really. He didn't
look,
really
hold up,
go
hold
in
on,
on.
hold up. Look, we ain't trying to keep the focus on individual. I know we make videos about certain people and we be kind of like, you know, how you see I went on Jabari, I went in on Garfield, but this is not even about the Seti thing. It was just a certain comment, and then this morning I seen this individual post this fucking video saying that the Mayan was not black, and I was like, what? I was immediately like, huh? You supposed to be Aboriginal, you don't believe that the Mayans is black? What do you mean? What are you talking about? So I seen a comment on this video, and he said that A1 and AP is lost. I just want to know, how am I lost, right? Number one. And why would you make that comment? Like, okay, if you agree with Seti, that's one thing. Well, why put our name in it and say we lost? Why direct that shit towards us? And your name is Aboriginal X or whatever. So you supposed to be a so-called Aboriginal or someone in the Aboriginal community. So why would you say that we lost? Because we got information that basically is beyond that shit Teddy talking about. It's beyond it's very scripted. He's been debating for a long time. Yeah, he can pull stuff out of some books and put some things together and come up with a concept that most people might agree with. But like I said, when it comes down to these so-called structures, right? You gotta go. Okay, so I don't want to, if we can't go on academia, so most people will be like, all right, boom. Now I straddle the fence on that academia shit. You know, because like I said, I've been to school and I've had so-called individuals, professors and stuff tell me that you can derive information out of any article. This is what my professor was telling me. He said he don't like Wikipedia if it doesn't have a source where you derive it from. He said you can even use Wikipedia if whatever particular information you are basically trying to cover, you have to collect data on that, of course, which will be, you know what I'm saying, some type of number to when this timeline existed. So now we got so-called Dr. Ben saying, you know, I believe, how would Dr. Ben say the pyramids? What about AP?
Dr. Ben, I believe I heard him say some high ass number that the general consensus does not even support.
So what was Seti saying? What was his number that he was saying?
Said
Like as far as
he showed, if you look at the video, at some point in time in the video, he showed 2668 and 2505 BC.
okay, and now what is that? That's the Egyptian.
That's Egyptian
Oh
pyramids.
yeah, well we ain't got. Oh man, he lost this shit. The Brazilian pyramid, pyramids is 30. Look, the Brazilian. Listen, look. The Brazilian pyramids is 3500 BC. That's the Brazilian ones in Brazil. Not nonetheless the one that's underwater in Cuba. We don't know how old that one is. Plus the ones that's in Supe, Peru. The ones that's in Supe, Peru are older than the one. And like I said, I know to most people this might not be nothing. If it's not nothing, there's a bunch of shows on. You might have cable. Cable got 100 or 700 channels. You got Netflix. You can go watch that shit. We trying to really uncover some shit, all right? Because you ain't heard this in school. You never damn sure never heard none of these Egyptian scholars telling you this shit. So for the brother who think that the Mayan wasn't black, if the pyramids was built first in America, which we can prove, it ain't no, you can sit there and speculate it and throw your numbers out there, But people like if it come down to it, you're gonna have to explain to me who took that number, who came up with that date, and what is his expertise, and who is he? Is he an anthropologist? Is he an archaeologist? And like I said, we ain't even really like when we was debating them dudes, they was talking about academia, but the sources check out that I was providing. You understand what I'm saying? So you can deal with academia because we don't have no so-called blacks besides, Ashwa Kwesi. He not an anthropologist or archaeologist, and he can't read the metaneta. Nobody can read the metaneta. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody can read it. No one can read it unless you was there, and unless you go back in time and you pull one of them people to the side that was scoped in that inside the side of the walls. You pull them aside like, my brother. What do that mean right there? You know what I'm saying? And you be like, and then he gonna reveal to you the meaning. Other than that, ain't no man gonna sit here and tell you. The people that's in Egypt now, they not Egyptians. They can't fucking tell you unless you find some type of script, and they wasn't speaking the language we were speaking. So like it's kind of hard to really tell what they was talking about. But nonetheless, out of all this information we've been hearing for years, no one ever told you that the pyramids in America was older than the pyramids in Egypt. And me myself, I find that to be a remarkable find. That's a major find, and that's just a major find with dealing with information, period. Because I'm like, yo, I never heard this before. I never heard no one say nothing about this shit. You understand what I'm saying? So when we got this brother saying that the pyramids in Giza, so he went with the standard dating system. Then I assume AP, right?
Yeah, he went with the standard dating system, but how he filled it in with conjecture and filler is by saying that it took over 300,000 years to get to that point of the science. It was 300,000 years in evolution, of that science.
So if it took 300,000 years for some shit that's in a desert, like I said, in the middle of the desert, was it you believe that? Listen, let me tell you like this. I've been around. I done listen. I got the book. What's the name? Black Destruction of Black Civilization. Well, what I forgot the author. I got that book. I also got another book that Son Jetty just put me on when I was at Red Pill and Blue Pill lecture at the bookstore in Newark. Son Jetty from the Ra Squad, he told me that the pyramids in Egypt is 8,000 years old. Saying he gave me a book or whatever. I gotta go grab it or whatever. But nonetheless, so he's saying that the pyramids 8,000 years. So, but when you read this guy, like, and I'm not trying to take away no credit. Anybody can do any field research. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that where are you getting this and how are you testing it? How are you testing it different from the people who already tested it? Because the dates ain't supposed to be similar. If we say, like I said, in a debate or any forum where you have to you have to provide this information and show this information. If I can provide 5 sources of that and you never heard about that, then that has to have some substance. You cannot just write that off like, oh, that's speculation. No. It's a couple different people agreeing with this. This is not supposed to be right and exact. See, they probably never thought that we was going to put the pyramids together and say, well, damn, the pyramids in Peru are older than the pyramids in Egypt. What the fuck do that mean? You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So where is it at? Is it in the comments or is it chat?
Yeah, I think it's in the chat.
It's in the chat. Let me see something. All right. So, you know the fucked up part, the brother. What the brother Aboriginal X? That's what you call yourself. I ain't never had no problem with you, my brother. So why would you throw us up under the bus talking about some on AP and and A1 lost. Why would you even mention my name or mention anybody's name saying we lost? This information we provide you, like I said, bro, it's numerous places. It's not just Mexico that we're finding images of so-called Negroes, okay, before Columbus got here. Okay, so if it was already Negroes all in South America and Central America and in North America, then that alone has to tell you that was Negroes here. You see the pictures, you see the images, you hear the archaeologists where the Yucatan Peninsula is where they found Naya at. And the archaeologist that's doing the Naya thing is James Chatter. And James Chatter said that modern Native Americans resemble Chinese, Japanese, and whatever the other Asian group of people is. But he said, but the first Americans resemble Africans, Australian, and South Pacific Islanders. Okay, why would he say that? Why do we got images? Why do we got people here before so-called Columbus? Because if it was people here before so-called Columbus, that means that the people that was here was black. That means when these people got here, they encountered black people. That means that they enslaved black people. That means that the people that we think, see, what they did was they just moved the goalposts back. Prior to in the 1800s, before Samuel Mortensen, no one was even classifying or using racial class category. When you see white and black on the so-called census, that's not a race. They're not racist. They're more statuses in America. Okay. But you see that how they changed the status though, according to people who come here from other countries. So look, you got Africans that come here. They not considered black. They choose to call themselves black, because they don't understand the term themselves. See, most people come here don't understand the term. They just pick a side. I'm white, I'm black. And then people who claim they're not black, they in the middle trying to, you know what I'm saying, or I'm Indian, or they will tell you their nationality. But we find black people all through. I got the Chuchilla cemetery, Chuchilla mummies, which is 8,000 years old in Peru. Okay, and these people got dreadlocks. So now you got to use common sense. You got to say, well, okay, all right, anybody can wear dreadlocks. White people, fucking Indians, but who is the most common people you see? Okay, if we had to do a sense, we had to take data and say, well, who mostly do we see with these hairstyles? Okay, we might see a white person today with one. We might see another racial. We might see a motherfucking Chinese people with fucking dreadlocks. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, who mostly wears these hairstyles? So, like I said, in the whole trying to piece together who we are and was we here before Columbus, it took me through the whole America. It didn't just tell me about my grandmother and tribe, because that could easily be dismissed according to you trying to display this information. Anybody, you tell somebody my grandmother told me, then you're gonna have to, so your grandmother gonna have to stand up against DNA. She's gonna have to stand up against data. She's gonna have to stand up against academia, and most people is not willing to allow that to happen. So you have to come with this. You have to come with the same standards that everybody else coming with. If you trying to basically you know what I'm saying, if you trying to be successful with providing this information, you're gonna have to come with everything. You're gonna have to come with images. You're gonna have to come with other people opinions. You're gonna have to come with pictures. You're gonna have to come with a lot of different angles that most people, when they put together the whole African story, which we already know came from the 1900s. I believe that they put most of the people that's in Africa, if they was living there, it might have been people living in South Africa, but the West Africa was fucked up, man. And like I understand now what Ali Muhammad say, because he's saying that whatever happened, it pushed the shoreline back, and when it pushed the shoreline back in West Africa, I believe that it had to have some life at some point in time. But like according to his theory, he believed a meteor hit it. I don't believe I don't believe nothing can come through the what's the name, through the firmament. I don't believe nothing could come through the firmament. Firmament. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe no comments or nothing have ever hit the planet. I don't believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? But this is what he believes. But if you look at Africa, like I said, take a look at Africa. We know there's beautiful places in so-called Africa in certain places, right? But check this out. Is people going to Africa for a tourist? What's the name? They might be going to villages, but they ain't going there like they go to Jamaica or go to the Caribbean or go to Florida or go to California. They're not going there for that shit. They're not going there for the. I might be wrong, but I never heard nobody say I'm going to take a vacation in Africa unless they going over there on some fake Pan-African shit or going over there trying to embrace themselves in the culture. Other than that, I never heard nobody say, "Yeah, man, I'm going on a vacation, man." Like, you know how motherfuckers say, "I'm going to Jamaica, so I'm get some sun, go chill out, go get some exotic fruits and some exotic, saying different things like that." You never hear about nobody saying, "I'm going to Africa," or I'm going to the West Africa is the coast. So West Africa should be beautiful. I mean, like I said, I've never been there. I might be wrong. But according to what I've seen, I don't see that. I've never heard nobody say, "Oh, I'm going to Africa. Yeah, I'm going to go over there. We're going to go chill. We're going to get in the water or whatever." Might in a resort, but I never heard nobody say they was going there to go visit or be part of any of that. Never heard it in my lifetime. Okay, but like I said, that still doesn't dismiss what the brother was talking about. So he said that we lost, right? So AP, I'm trying to find it. I don't see it though. How did you find it, AP?
Somebody had sent it to me in a screenshot.
Let me see something. I got a screenshot on my phone though, but I didn't load it, so I didn't even load it. I don't know. So was it a comment or was it in the chat room? I wanna show y'all. I mean, we can't find it. Fuck it. It's not a big deal though, because like I said, I already mentioned the nigga name, so it don't even matter at this point in time.
You
I
go,
just wanted to show the.
it's not set up in timing, so you have to go to like. If you're looking in their chat, it'll be like at 5:08.
I got you. I got you. I got you. Let me see if the chat mood changes. That's one thing I hate about YouTube, yo. I fuck all these commercials.
5:58. My bad. 5:50.
You said 5. Well, 5 minutes 58 seconds. AP.
Let me look at it and see. I want to say that's exactly what it say. Hold on.
There you go right there. Hold on, there you go right there. Look, there you go right there. Look, this way he said. It say, "Hey Seti." It say the Africans in Madrid Codex are the same people in the Boma Park murals. So now he's saying now if you check his video out, he's saying that the people that was in the Mayans are not so-called black people. He's saying that they not. We know they not Africans. Neither are we Africans. We're not Africans neither. What part did you miss? Okay, so he's saying right here, black power. All right, so he believe he black. All right. Let me see something. Well, I think I know he probably going forward. But I'm saying these is brothers that's supposed to be in the so-called community that be straddling the fence. That 1 minute, like I said, I watch Seti according to like checking these videos out, but I ain't gonna be in there chatting like you know what I'm saying, just calling out brothers on the other you know what I'm saying, just like you shouldn't even be mentioning my name or even saying anything about we lost or anything. You dropping 2-minute videos, man. You ain't got no research. I have never seen you do no research. So obviously you ain't got no content or work. I haven't seen nothing from this dude.
And
You
this
go on his
dude,
chat,
he just lied in his videos about the Mayans ain't black, and it don't make sense. Even Seti said he know them people was black or what he called African. You know what I'm saying? That built the pyramids. This nigga is lost. That nigga lost.
bro. We didn't
Aborigines
show this shit. Yeah.
exposed himself, man. He showed his hand.
Look, he said I want the smoke. Look, I just so happened to find. He said I want the smoke. Right? Look, okay. I mean, well, somebody, one of you guys that's on here, I know you probably subscribe to him because how many subscribers you got? What, about 200? I know, like I said, ain't no disrespect to the brother, but don't be, you shouldn't be called because, like I said, I don't call nobody. I don't poke at nobody. I don't call anybody out. If a brother put some information out there, I ain't gonna dick ride and go on his channel, go on the other nigga channel and be like, oh, yeah, they lost. They look like I'm not gonna do all that. I'm gonna sit back and listen to it and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, but. Look at the video right here. The Mayans were not black. Explain in 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, he was able to explain all this shit. In 4 minutes, he was able to say that the Mayans was not black. When you got so you have to. What you'll have to do is you'll have to just come up with educational points to prove this. Because, like I said, if you can prove the people around them was black. And then you can show the Olmecs or whatever. He's saying that the Olmecs are basically the Olmecs was before the Mayans. So if the Olmecs was before the Mayans, obviously that civilization had to be so-called melanated people. So how was not the next civilization that's basically the same people was not or did not resemble these people? You understand? And I say, like, I like to bring these points up just to have the points, just to talk about them. Because look, people laughing. They like the Mayan pyramids or the pyramids. And we're not talking about the Mayan pyramids. We talking about the Peruvian pyramids, okay? You can keep the Mayan pyramids. You can keep the Olmec pyramids. You can keep the Mayan. You can keep all that. Myself, I'm talking about Supe Peru. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Okay? The thing that's documented that I can show you, or I can pull up, I can go to numerous different websites and numerous different articles that's telling you that the pyramids in Peru are date back to 5,000 in some cases, sometimes 5,500 years, sometimes 4,800 years. So I get all the way from 4,800 all the way up to 5,500. Okay, and then when you go to the pyramids in Brazil, the shell pyramids are supposed to be about 5,500 as well. Okay, so don't give it to me talking about, oh, these are mounds and no. Everybody wants to stand. If you look at them structures that's in South and Central America, they are remarkable structures. And to tell you the truth, they are very like whoever done that. It took a lot. It took a lot to do. Okay, them pyramids, the triangular pyramids, that is, you know what I'm saying? It took a lot to do that too, but it doesn't even matter at this point. So I ain't gonna sit up here and say, all right, well, it took more about the pyramids over there or the pyramids over there or more. I'm not even debating that. I'm just debating you that was civilizations in America that was building pyramids before the so-called pyramid in Africa. Obviously, the people who was building the pyramids over here had to be fucking black people, or had to be Negroes or brown melanated people. You understand what I'm saying? That's my overall thing. Okay, I said, at the end of the day, that's what I do. I'm not here to be making videos about no other shit. This is the only thing I really want to focus on. Like I said, I could talk about a lot of different things, but for the most part, I like to talk about the Americas. I like to present the information, and I like to prove to people that it's with civilizations in America that's older than the civilizations in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, people always stand on that. And by me doing that is not by me taking away from the so-called blacks that in Africa, it's by me putting the so-called light on the blacks that's here in America, and that's North, South, Central, and the conjoining islands, and to show people that we was doing shit too. Because there's over 600 million so-called people in the Americas that identify as being black. 600 million. Okay, now you do the research yourself. Go through every country in South America, then go through Central America. You understand what I'm saying? Then we're gonna go to the islands. Then we're gonna go to Brazil. Okay, so we're gonna go through all these different countries, and we're gonna derive the population and see what people identify with, and you're going to see the numbers, and you're gonna say, "Well, damn, hold up. If it's 600 million people, or people who identify, because remember, it's 400 million people in North America alone, right? Okay, it's 400 million people in North America alone. All right, well, 354 million to be exact. All right, that's not to include how many people that's in Central America, and then we go into South America. Okay, Brazil alone has a population of over, I believe, 250 million people, and out of that 250 million people, 55 to 60% of them people identify with being black. Okay, then we got Colombia. Then we got all these other countries that's in South America where people, when you see, I ask questions. So people like that come from Venezuela, that come from these different countries, even Argentina, they tell you they got Negroes in Argentina. So all these places where all these black people was bought as slaves. So 12 million people is going to populate to I mean, we're close to 1 billion people within 200,000 years. I mean, within 200 years. That's not going to happen. It had to be a larger majority of people here already. So, like I said, man, as we go and we talk about this shit, man, and we try to prove it or whatever, or we and show you where you can go and do your own research for it, and you can look yourself. You can see it your damn self. You can see this. The shit is not right because we was never taught that. First of all, America even had pyramids. First of all, and when you talk to these guys, they tell you that they mounds, right? First of all, we was never taught. They hid the information about America had pyramids. Okay, boom, they hid that information, right? That's one. Then they hid the information about it was already black people here. And then the way people say it, people tell you, "Oh yeah, we know some of the Indians was black." And they say it so naively, like you look at them and you like, "Are you stupid, man? Didn't your grandmother tell you you had black, you had Indian in you?" Now you can use your grandmother for that, but then I'm gonna start showing you some pictures. Emblem of America, John Forburn, John Oberly, Arnoldus Martinez, the numerous different scholars, Ivan Van Sertima, the Horace Butler, even David Imhotep work. Okay, because even David Imhotep telling you that was black people in the Americas for 200,000 years. Like I said, I already know, according to people such as Michael Cremore, which people write him off to be some type of quack or something. But guess what though? Motherfucker, some of the views that some of these niggas be having, you could say that they crazy. You understand what I'm saying? Like I told what's this guy? Q Buck. I told this joker about Michael Cremore. He's like, he's a quack. It don't never mind if he a quack or not. Look at his information and you tell he can't be that much of a quack if he respected from numerous different skills of, schools of thought. You understand what I'm saying? But him to make some of the statements that he said within his bit in archaeology, you got to start looking, man. You got to start saying yourself, well, hold up, if it was black people, or if it was people in the Americas, I was assuming they had to be melanated people because it wasn't no Europeans here 100 or 2, 3, 4, 10, 50 million, 100 years ago. So they had to be melanated people. So basically, oh, the Mayans was not black, and I said I don't even feel like showing no images tonight. Let me see something. I can't. Nah, I don't even feel like showing no images tonight. Let me see. Let me stop sharing. But let me see something. Oh boy.
Shout out to Amaruki. Appreciate that. Good looking.
Nah. All right. So last time we had an encounter with this kid before. I think was talking about something about I forgot what exactly we was talking about, but it was definitely something that wasn't correct with what we've been talking about the whole time. Hold on. Let me go back out. Let me go pull up some more shit just to prove my point. Like I said, the images alone, the images is consistent with, so like I said, and even when you see all these images, right? I got a nice body of work as far as this is research. So I mean, I already got enough body of work of research as far as all this information, all these images that niggas gotta go to Pinterest. And like I said, and trust me, you go there, you images so you can get them for yourself. Not just so much so I gotta be the first one, only one with them. Nah, that's not what this shit is about. This shit is about definitely you can show people, so you can talk to people and give them your brief understanding to what's going on. So that's it. Hold up. Let me just show y'all. This is like effortlessly. Let's bear with me, y'all. You know how we get down. We bootleg sometimes. Something. All right. We're gonna start from here too. A Aboriginal X. You need to come on over sometime and you can learn something. Okay, that shit Seti talking about, you supposed to know about that shit 10, 15 years ago. I don't know how old you are. Maybe you just, I don't know. I'm saying, but that shit Seti talking about, you supposed to already know about. So
Yeah,
you got,
he might be an agent, bro.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put, like I said, bro, I wouldn't put nothing past, man. I wouldn't put nothing past. Now you see, here you go right here, my brother. You see all these images? And look, from here, man. So let's go all the way on out with it. All right, so is this not a Negro right here that's holding this motherfucker? Negro? Never mind. See, niggas is so goofy even with this DNA shit, right? 100 years ago, there was no DNA. 50 years ago, there was no DNA. So when a white motherfucker seen a person who wasn't as light as him, who had coiled hair and dark skin, he called him a motherfucking nigga. He had to say, let me see your DNA. And then his DNA would say, oh, it say white. I'm white. Look, I'm white. I'm white. Look, I'm white on paper. He gonna look at what he see and say, no, you black, nigga. Get your ass over there.
Tell them where you can find and tell them where you can find these particular images at. And I want to say shout out to Copper Duck 71 for the donation as well. Appreciate it.
Check this out. Let me see something. Let me see. I'll click back out. All right. Look. So we gonna rock on out, right? Here go another image, right? And this is the Mendoza Codex, right? So I don't know if you can see this. Hold up. You know what? Let me rock on out. Here's some more images of a man in a jaguar costume fighting the conquistadors. You see, I mean, his hand's black, obviously, but that could be misleading, you know. And but this is Negroes. It's the reason why he's darker than them. The Indians that you niggas be talking about is this motherfucker complexion right here, the nigga who being held.
He look like a typical brother.
Yo, this is Mayan land, my brother. You see this? This is Mayan land. See that? Mm. See that? That's in the Mayan country. All right. So another picture of the jaguar, a warrior. Now this is one of the images right here that these niggas swear is Africans because you cannot prove that they Africans. They love to say that this guy right here is an African when these two people is as dark as him and he's brown. So what the fuck is like? I don't understand when you saying, oh, how is these people not black? Like. So what would you identify them as?
Right.
You showing the
I definitely have to say them people are definitely what you would call black. And
look. Look at these motherfuckers. And then they try to say, oh, these ain't black people. No, these ain't black people. Like, yeah, man, okay, all right. Like, I mean, like, listen, I'm in it to prove to you the obvious. What's understood should be understood. Shouldn't be explained. You know what I'm saying? Why am I explaining something that you can see for you get you so motherfuckers be so mesmerized some of these talking points that people be having where they don't want to look at these people right here. Okay? Look at them right there. Now you see copper color, you see dark, you see all different types of people. So the dark ones are Africans. That's what you want to say. And like I said, the brother, you want to come in. If you around anywhere and you listening to this and you want to come in, send me your email and you could come on there and you could defend yourself. You know what I'm saying?
have Origin X.
Mm-hmm. You want to come in, you could defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And like I said, I mean,
or for any Pan-Africans that's in opposition that got scholarship or what they claim is scholarship, come on.
Look, see, we got these for days, fam. We got these for days. You understand? See, and where you see the light spots at is where they try to go in there and lighten it up. Either they try to go in there and lighten it up, or they try to make it seem like that. Like this aren't the color of their damn skin or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people be talking that shit too. Some like we know that they went in there and tried to change some things. He was saying that these wasn't. He was saying these motherfuckers right here wasn't black, or what we consider to be copper color or melanated people, because that's what it says that was in America. But see, the thing that's more telling on this, that you don't see their hair hanging, because understand this: the people you assume that was so-called Mayan, when they show you Mayans, they got long hair. Even though they might have it tied up or whatever, or they might even try to make it in a braid style when we know that they wasn't even wearing that shit. They trying to just use, like, even if you see a Papelito, okay? You got black people, you know what I'm saying, colors is them people who was playing that, but with different so-called facial structures. Okay? Now, these are just, let me see something. I got some more. Got this one right here.
Shout out to Nonetheless. Appreciate that donation, bro. Much respect, brother.
How you getting donations?
They send it to you in your super chat, bro.
Oh, they send it to me. I can get super chats. Oh shit.
Yeah. I didn't know neither, but yeah, I'm just shouting them out, bro. Appreciate that shit.
I'm sitting up there like, getting donations and shit. Like, that's what's up, man. Shout out to everybody. Send donations. Thanks, man. But look, man, if y'all want to send it, man, send it to my Cash App, man, because they take 30%. And I know it's probably easy to do that though. But I mean, however, if you feel comfortable sending it without it being difficult, then go ahead and do what you want to do. But like I said, my Cash App, that should go right to me. YouTube get 30% off, so we can cut YouTube off. We can make the middleman minimum or whatever, because Cash App only take like a very small percentage. They say YouTube take 30% or whatever. But thanks nonetheless. That's my brother right there, man. Nonetheless, been rocking for a minute. Also, hold up real quick, man. The brother Eugene Page sent me a donation. Um, Shout out to Eugene. I mean, damn, I ain't mean to shoot your name out, man. Eugene Page, fuck it. I said your name already, so I'm just gonna say. And another brother sent me a donation through my Cash App the other day for $2, man. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you. Appreciate everything, man. Because ain't nobody gotta give nobody nothing, or you know what I'm saying, or try to help anybody towards any cause. You know what I'm saying? Nobody do nothing. Like anything that somebody does do for you, you have to appreciate it. Because at the end of the day, like I said, man, don't nobody have to do nothing, man. Don't nobody have to send you shit. Don't nobody have to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody have to even pay attention or listen to you on you know what I'm saying? Like real talk. But look,
That's a
man,
fact.
these Negroes, man. And like I said, what makes it more obvious that they Negroes is that you look, the people we assume like them Mexicans and they long hair, man. Mexicans was wearing long hair, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like their hair was protruding. People got their hair wrapped up. Like this is a turban, man. This is a motherfucking turban that they got on their head, man. You understand? And then you got so many people, oh, this is an African. How the fuck do you know? Because he got a spear? He might be coming from a whole different part of, he ain't got to be coming from that part of the world, because you have people with spears in the Caribbean too. You have people with spears in the Caribbean too. So we don't even know that. And like I said, man, it's a lot of shit that we can't prove that I ain't trying to prove nothing. But like I said, I didn't get done all the research. I got all that shit. I have all that. I have all that. I have all that. And like I said, if anybody feel like they put your email in the link, and when I open up in about a couple minutes, and I will send you a link. Now this is the imagery right here that motherfuckers always talk about. These are African and shit. This shit right here is funny as hell, yo. How do you know they fucking African? Okay, they always try to say that this guy right here is an African because of the spirit, right? This is what they always try to say. He's an African because of the spirit. How you prove to me? Show me some documentation that say we found this here in North America. Okay, now you have to show me some documentation that's depicting this picture right here. Don't give me your fucking opinion. My opinion, I'm just saying, I'm just knowing, I just know colors, okay? So my opinion is that these people that's depicted in here are black people. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I don't know what they was doing. I don't know what they talking about. I don't know nothing. I know that I see a jaguar. I see a jaguar around my man back. So I presume that he might be from the Americas. Or like I said, he could be from the Caribbean, anywhere. But I'm not trying to depict this picture. I'm not telling you who these people are. All I'm saying that the shit happened in America and they showing you black people before Columbus, then obviously this is another lead point proving that it was Negroes here. Go ahead, AP.
No, you're right. I just want to point out the brother that's standing on the left side of Quetzalcoatl or Quetzalcoatl in this picture. That's a suit on. That he's not that dark. If you look at the bottom part of his chin and the bottom part of his feet, like how normal mask would be, he got on a full jaguar suit. This brother right there. So let's point out that, you know what I'm saying? Which
That might be a Panther suit. Motherfucking Panther
yeah,
suit.
Panther suit. Right.
This is Quetzalcoatl?
Yeah, no, Quetzalcoatl is the one with the mink around him, with the staff in his hand. Quetzalcoatl is always depicted as being this dark, though. So that is a fact. He's always been depicted as being that dark. He's black with the beard. You always see him depicted that way. And
And
shout out
they
to the brother Joe 47, man. Appreciate your donation as well, brother.
thank you. Shout out Joe, man. He been a long subscriber too, man. That's
And
what's
and
up,
let me
man.
shout out one more person. Hold on just a second. Let me shout out to the brother Cuban 11. Appreciate you too as well, brother.
Shout out Cuban 11, man. Shout out to all the Aborigines out there, man. A lot of people day oneers, man. I remember people day one. I haven't seen the Warrior around in the wild though, but shout out to Sister Warrior. Sister Warrior was a long subscriber as well. But yeah, but these are the images. Like I said, man, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. I ain't just roll up out of bed one day and just say I want to start talking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been studying this shit for a long, observing this for a minute. I ain't want to come out until I was 100% sure on my point, bro. Because like I said, I was like, you know, you got motherfuckers out here saying it was black people here. I ain't never heard no shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I know nothing like that. I need some evidence to prove that. So then you start doing the research. And you start finding out it's people who agree with you. It's start finding out that like Lucia. And like I said, and the funny shit is this, man. Let me see something. Even when they show you, I don't know, do I got Lucia in here in that bus they show? I don't know if I do. I think it's some. But like I said, bro, this is all through the Americas, bro. Like I got images all through the motherfucking Americas, man. All these motherfuckers is fucking Negroes. It's like it's I'm not buying it. Look, let me see something. Let me get this up.
Can you find Negroes everywhere across the world, or just Negroes in certain
Look, this is
continents?
Jamaica. This is everywhere that the crack ain't chase them out. This is Jamaica, yo. This is Negroes. Why don't the people there look like that now? So this is what the indigenous people of Jamaica looked at like, and now you saying that now the people who again now they don't even know because they heard this ass motherfucking slave story, and everybody came from Africa, and every black person originated over there, and that shit is confusion. That shit ain't nothing but fucking confusion, yo. It's nothing but confusion. I'm saying it's the biggest confusion that us why people had to come up with these ridiculous terms like ADOS because we here in North America, and like I said, shout out to all my brothers, man, everybody who I rock with. You know my opinion about how I feel about certain things, especially certain immigrants. But I got brothers that's Jamaican, I got brothers that's Haitian, I got some Latino brothers that's on here or whatever. And like I said, whoever identify with themselves as being an Aborigine, then we 100. We cool. I don't have no problem with anybody from any other culture. I have no problem if you Jamaican. I enjoy the Jamaican culture. I enjoy the Haitian culture. I enjoy the Cuban, Puerto Rican, the Dominican, and all the other cultures that's throughout the Caribbean. I enjoy the culture, and like I said, I embrace the brothers and sisters. But this ADOS thing is something separate. This is pretty much strictly for the people who before the Civil War, because that's the only people who you can say that really suffered an injury. And I'm saying forward, you can say that as well. But it's like if you signed up for the injury, you can't really you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Even though they give you a system to where you can, they give you a system like that. Out there, that the one in Minnesota, the Ethiopian senator, I think she's a senator or congresswoman. So they got her, and it's the other goofy one from New York, Cortez. They got them like they running around trying to listen. These motherfucking Europeans here is some greasy motherfuckers, bro. And if you think that they gonna let somebody speak up and start talking against certain things, I'm all rooting for them. But I know history, and I know how greasy these people are here in the Americas, man, and the shit that they have done to people throughout the motherfucking world. Okay, so like I said, man, improving that the Mayans was black, right? We already know that where they found Naya, and I don't have to pull that up. I'm quite sure Aboriginal TV has seen that shit enough times or whatever.
Origin X. I just want
Yeah,
shout out to the brother Ab TV.
Not Ab TV. Not that's what brother.
Hey,
Not Ab
big
TV.
ups, Libra son. Appreciate your donation as well, brother. it's all going for the cause, man, to get this documentary out, man. So appreciate y'all helping the big bro A1 out.
No doubt, no doubt. Definitely appreciate it. But yeah, man. Thanks, man. Thanks everybody for coming through. So like I said, if anybody want to come through, drop your email. Is it any emails? You seen emails?
I ain't seen not one yet. I ain't seen one yet. But yeah, like you said, drop your emails. Y'all want to come on Boogie for a second, jump on off. You know what I'm saying? Speak your
Look, this
piece.
another image of Mayan. Like I said, my dude, I come prepared, bro. I got all of the images. You know what I'm saying? It's another image. These are
Hey,
the Mayans. These are the
appreciate,
motherfucking.
appreciate your donation as well. My bad, A1. My bad.
Nah,
My
nah,
bad.
you good, man. Go ahead, go ahead. Nah, definitely, man. Shoot brothers and sisters out, man,
Yeah,
because that
appreciate that.
currency and energy, man. Anybody putting energy into this definitely need to be shot out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's the same thing with getting sources, or you hear certain people talking point that you might agree with, that you might summarize later on and provide and present to the people. But definitely, man, thank everybody. You know what I'm saying, even just the subscribers. It ain't gotta be people who donate. And definitely shout out to the brothers and sisters who do donate, but just the people who come who enjoy the content. Like, you
Nah,
know what I'm
you
saying?
right, man. They already know this the family in the chat right here, man. They already know it's much love, man. We already doing what the family do. We building. And shout out to the big brother, Aboriginal Taino for your donation as well too, brother. We appreciate y'all.
And but you know what though? See, what we gotta understand is this, right? You got a lot of people who say, "All right, well, you show, show images." Listen, I don't want to. Like me personally, I'm about to make another channel. We're gonna be pretty much like a podcast or something. We're gonna definitely be talking about Aboriginal information, but we just gonna be pretty much talking about, you know, how everybody got their little talk points about some of the things that be going on in the so-called community. Probably do it once a week or something like that, but I haven't decided on what the name is going to be. It's going to definitely be an indigenous name, but pretty much just on like on a lot of the topics that's out there, man, like a lot of the talking points that's out there, and just putting people on game of certain people or certain individuals that ain't got any of our best interests. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like a lot of like the Amanda Stills and Angela Rise, a lot of these other people that be coming out here, they be talking against so-called Aboriginal men and make points for Aboriginal women as well. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these people are not DOSs. And I don't mean to say DOSs because I'm a POW, but I understand why that term was made. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I've been making videos about shit like that for a long, talking about immigration and all that. Like I said, I'm not against immigration. I don't have no problem with immigration. But you got, at some point in time, if you in somebody's house, you gonna have to respect them. The same way I come to your house, I gotta respect them. I can't go to none of these countries and just be running around like fuck y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be running through the street like fuck y'all. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? You
Even though
can't,
we
you
really
know,
want to sometimes, but we don't, you know.
you can't even rock like that, son. Like, I mean, like real talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, real in the grand scheme of things, that ain't happening.
That's
Ain't
a fact.
nobody allowing it. Ain't nobody allowing that. A
And shout out to
motherfucker will
Harry
jump.
M, man. Appreciate your donation as well, bro.
Man, thank you, man. That's what's up, brothers. Y'all, you dropping. That's what's up, man. But even when you get to these right here, man. So we already done looked at. We done looked at the Mayans. Like I said, and what you do with this is right. You use your brain for this, right? You use consents, right? You can see this AP.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, hold on, y'all, son. How you do 3 second style? My computer running a little slow, so bear with me. All right, let me see. Okay. And show you another little picture that I caught that went over some people's head the first time. Hold up. Hold up. All right. So this is Paraguay picture right here, which is very important. This picture, because this only proves exactly what we already think. And then you gotta say, like, we sitting up here arguing about where the fuck we from, and then we sitting up here agreeing with the
I got
European that we from.
right. I got a question from the chat as well. Brother Cuban asks, uh, who are the ADOSs?
Well, the ADOS is supposed to be American descendants of slaves. So when they say American descendants of slaves, talking about just here in North America. Now look. This is even though this is drawing. Let's just really do okay. Let's do some common sense. All right. Let's use common. All right. And also, you know what? Let me see something. I got another picture real quick. We're just going to use common sense. Go ahead. If you got something to say, go ahead, AP, while I'm looking for this.
Oh, not good, bro. I'm just looking and making sure, reading the chat, make sure I don't see no emails and nobody want to get on. But shout out to MT Soul. Appreciate your donation as well. And let me read you what you put in there. What historical wars in African history produced millions of POWs in slavery, y'all? You're right. You absolutely right. And I take it a step farther. Show me any slave plantations in the continent of Africa.
See, people like you got a critical think with it. They listen to the think, bro, because we sit up here and say to ourselves, "Well, hold up, man. Now look, this is indigenous, right? Now look, these are the people of Peru, right? Now here we go. I'm gonna click on indigenous, right? These is motherfucking Asian mongoloids, man. These ain't the people of Peru. Now look, who just came in within 100 years. Now these are what they call the people of Peru, right? See these people?
Yeah, that's the people that they call Peruvians today.
These are the Peruvians of today, right? But when we go here, when we go places like the mummies, none of these people got the culture of it. Now, if I see one Peruvian with dreadlocks, then I will be like, all right, okay, all right. Then I can rock with that. But these are mummies right here, man. And obviously had to be a different culture of people who was there. You understand? Now we ain't got much on it because it's really hard to derive, but these are the Chuchilla mummies right here. These are dreadlocks, my dude. Straight up fucking dreadlocks. They found these in the Chuchilla, I believe, I forgot exactly what, it's a large pyramid or large structure next to where they found this at. But where they found this at, it wasn't no structure. Like, you know what I'm saying? They found these in the ground. So
Sister
look
Warrior,
at these.
peace. Good to see you in the chat. Blessings.
Peace. What's up, sis? Look, check this out. So you see this, right? Right. Look at their dreadlocks. Look at these locks. I mean, I know I call them dread. A lot of people don't like them to be called dreads, but look at the locks. All right. But now, do you see that in this culture of people right here? I'm looking. I don't see nobody with. Like I'm telling you, right? You see how they wear their hair? You see how they wear their hair in Peru? Like how they got that little long haircut now. 100, 200 years ago, 300, 400 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, their hair would have been long, obviously, right? But even when you see images like this that they give you, these who came here, this is Peru. And these images of people who came here, these is Negroes, man. And they don't look nothing like the so-called people. Like I said, these are just pictures, but there's a little, this is Paraguay, okay? Now, Paraguay is right next to so-called Peru, okay? Look, this is a motherfucking Negro right here.
Man, all of them Negro except for the goat in the middle. I'm trying to tell you. And shout Shout out to Alicia Burke, Aboriginal AAA. Appreciate the donation as well.
Shout out to all the people who drop sending donations, man. Definitely appreciate y'all. Look, this is Jamaica. This is Jamaica. What's the name? Whatever they call it. Look, this is a Jamaica. This shit don't look nothing like this today. They didn't change it to a white person. Everywhere you look, it's a white person. But like I said, man, and look, this the Incas too. It's the Incas too. You see this? This the Incas too. And where he got consisted, that feather crown. Okay, that feather crown. We find that feather crown everywhere throughout North America. Everywhere. We find that everywhere. And like I said, man, these are the images of the Americas, man, right here. Like they all scattered out. You know what I'm saying? We got other images too. Cause I got another computer and I got more images on that computer than I do on this. I gotta actually take it, but that's the one that sound like a typewriter, AP, and it takes a long time to start up, so I had the time to really do
You're
it.
gonna have to bring it out the woodwork one time. The money
Nah,
machine.
I got a what's the name? This right here, a disk drive. I'm gonna put it on there. I just haven't opened it yet, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, we don't have to prove it, man. The evidence is if it was Negroes here before Columbus, then obviously it always was Negroes here. You got other people who try to prevent. Who try to persuade you to say, well, you still African, but that shit doesn't matter today. Even let's okay, let's say if we did leave Africa 100,000 years ago, what the fuck do that mean? That don't mean shit. You understand what I'm saying? If we left Africa 100,000 years ago, you know what I'm saying? Which, like I said, there was land in between Africa and America. Okay, so you have to pretty much figure this shit out. If it mean that much to you, do your own research on it. It means that much to me. That's why I'm doing research on it. I ain't doing this. I'm doing this pretty much and then once I started um having faith that this is what I think it is, then I can. Oh my God, man. Sorry, y'all. Somebody rang my bell. If he ring my bell again, I'm gonna curse him out. 'Cause I know it ain't nobody but my neighbor next door. Nigga just moved in next door and shit. And somebody rang my bell the other night, and I opened the door, and he was standing there. And I'm like, yo, your man rang my doorbell, yo. Like, ain't a big deal. Like, sometimes shit happens though, but you don't want it to become a point to where I'm getting up, you motherfucker disturbing me doing what I'm doing, like I lost my talking point. But nonetheless though, yeah, if we find so called skeleton or human remains in the Americas, and these human remains test back 10, 12, 13,000 years, then there has to be other human remains here that's older than that. They just haven't found them yet, or they have found them yet, but somebody's obviously suppressing them. Okay, because I don't never hear about no human remains found in Africa outside of Ethiopia. We don't never hear about no human because they never started. I honestly I don't even believe that out of the Europeans and all these different Europeans and all these different like Asian groups of people, none of them never really excavated Africa like that. Or went over there to try to make any historical find outside of Lucia, and some of the found that they found in Egypt and Sudan and certain other areas, but none of them. I don't believe nobody ever went over there and did an archaeology build outside of the places that we know, like I said, Egypt, Sudan, certain places in South America. I mean South Africa. You know what I'm saying? You don't see them finding no remains over there like that. You know what I'm saying? You hear about Lucia. You heard they found another person in Morocco that's supposed to be older or it's supposed to be. I don't know. I can't pull my notes up on that though. But it's supposed to be older or somewhere in the range of like 200,000 years or some shit like that. But look,
Yeah,
even
it's the oldest Homo sapien body found. But the thing is that Walter Albert Perry DNA is predates that particular human.
that's right. So that's what I'm saying. So even when you look at it like that, you have to in your head like, man, what's going on? Like, if you got a DNA, how do you have a DNA that's older than the oldest human remain found? Because that tells you that that's the only that you we can't you don't even know if that body is that age. They only look at the layers of the earth and how far they found them in the earth. That's what they look, and they take studies according to that. I don't know what the exact name of it is, but that's how they do most of their stuff though. But like I said, man, we can find Negroes all throughout the Americas. We ain't just gotta find them in North America. And like I said, in Central America, we find plenty in Central America, South America, we
Everywhere,
find
all throughout the America. Shout out to Lance L, man. Appreciate your donation, brother.
shout out to everybody sending donations once again. Um but yeah, for the most part, that's what it is. Like, I mean, we see the what ain't supposed to be here. And then also you got this in your family, and you got people who verifying what we already believe. You know what I'm saying? You got people in your family telling you exactly who you are and what you are. You know what I'm saying? But we reject that because of this fake ass pseudoscience that's out here. And like I said, and just to touch on Seti again, the most ridiculous thing that I heard him say, and I'm not saying all stuff is ridiculous because some of the stuff do make sense to a certain extent, but it's the opposite way around. Okay, okay, let me get revised.
I got a shout out to the brother Harry M. Once again, he sent another donation. I think he sent a $50 and $100 donation. We appreciate that, brother.
Yo, shout out to the brother. Thanks, my brother. Um, but all right. So like I said, if we already Seti basically was saying that the pyramids over there are older than the pyramids over here, and they sent people along with us over here to build these so-called structures that's over here. This is what he's saying. This is what he's saying, right? But come to find out, over here are older than the structures over here. And yo, ridiculous Olmec head story, how they carry giant heavy ass Olmec heads all the way from fucking Egypt, all the way damn near, I don't know how many miles is Africa, because that's about the length from Egypt to Central America. If you look on, like I said, and like I'm gonna continue on saying, if you got a damn map, right? Draw a damn line from Egypt all the way to Central America, okay? From Egypt all the way to Central America. And you will see that that's probably a little bit longer than the actual entire continent of Africa. I don't believe no one can travel that far with no damn giant. And these heads they found are humongous. How much they weigh? Some weigh like 100 tons. Some of them are huge. Like, and they heavy. And but he actually thinks that the Egyptians bought, and this is for the brother Ab Original X or whatever. This is for him, or Ab Origin X or whatever, right? You sitting up there riding this guy, and you shooting out names, you throwing out names and saying A1 and AP. We don't know what we talking about. No, he don't know what he's talking about. Because like I said, and I'm gonna continue to say this will blow any of the so-called Pan-Africans out the water when we start talking about, because all them niggas talk about the pyramids. You ain't got, it's nothing in West Africa to brag about. It's nothing. What the fuck is over? Ain't even no exotic fruits. You can't find no pineapples. You can't find what exotic fruit can you find that's not into West Africa, that's indigenous there? What land can you say that's in West Africa that, you know what I'm saying, that's worse than besides Gory Island? And that's a fucking scam itself. What do you hear people say? Like I was telling AP earlier, this is not a shot at them, but we are being told history wrong. You understand what I'm saying? As long as it matters because it's a lie. And that's what most of these people you run across, they keep on saying. Oh, and even and one more thing, right? I believe I was on, I forgot the YouTube channel I was on. See, when I get on these YouTube channels and I start talking this Aborigine shit, people start trying to get me out of it. Because they don't want to hear, and they start saying, well, why does that matter? I mean, it's okay. So don't nothing matter. Because if you don't know where the fuck you came from, then nothing else should matter. Then. You just want to keep believing you're African and make yourself feel good and not feel good. And you start saying, because once you start realizing, like, damn, this is the reason, because we Aborigines of America, this is how we're different from other people. Now, like I said, you got people from the Caribbean that could come here and pretty much do the same thing we can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's the reason why they got baseball players. That's the reason why you got some rappers that did come from the Caribbean. Like, I was watching the bro, I ain't even know DJ Clue came from, he Guyanese. I ain't even know that. Ain't no DJ Clue. I thought DJ Clue was a American, North American Aborigine, but he from Guyana. Same MC Light, she from Guyana too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, but you got people in the Caribbean that can do pretty much the same thing that North American Aborigines can do. That's how you know we the same. But even in Africa, you don't see people coming here that got the same type of gifts. And they, I mean, like I said, and no. But they will sit there and point out the shit that they better than over you. So you should have something you should definitely feel good about. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's the whole point of trying to prove that we from here. Because this is giving us a separate identity. And then proving that you from here, it's going to pretty much point out some of the obvious things that we already think, that, you know, people trying to genocide, trying to kill us, you know, and they using other tactics. You know, another thing I started noticing, because now they starting to really change up the war on drugs. Like, the war on drugs ain't filling up these motherfucking jailhouses, right? They starting to try to get these niggas for rape and start getting these niggas for getting these allegations, or get women to come out and accuse people of sexual assault or whatever. And this is to make up for the numbers of the people who they ain't locking up no more. And like I said, it's all a number-based system. Everything is when you start dealing with that type of stuff, it's a number-based system, and then you'll start seeing other ways that lock people up, like even child support. And they say R. Kelly just got child support, whatever. I don't believe debtor's prison has been outlawed since the 1800s, if you know that. But, you know, we already know what child support is. Child support is a contract with the court enforcing it. Your baby mother then went to the motherfucking state, and now the state is enforcing invisible amount of money that you should be giving a child that's pointed out from a damn stranger who like, he using his opinion, or he got a guideline of other people who then use their opinion to pretty much say how much you owe your offspring or whatever monthly. But that's what I'm saying. That's why you have to know the law. You have to know how to rebut that. You ain't gotta go in no damn child support court and work no contract out with no fee. Huh? You ain't gotta do that. You just need to just do what you have to do and play your part in that child's life, as well as provide for that child. Everything outside of that is up to the other individual. But nonetheless, though, like I said, that's a whole nother thing dealing with that R. Kelly shit. You know, and just to touch on that real quick, you know, I believe R. Kelly was probably messing with young girls, more or less, more so.
Absolutely.
Absolutely no, but I'm not gonna exaggerate it further than that, because I don't have no evidence of him actually really, besides Aaliyah. We got Aaliyah, okay, we got her. That videotape, there was no person in that videotape that came out and confirmed their age. Understand what I'm saying? That videotape, the person who that's supposed to have been, the person denied it. The so-called girl Sparkle daughter, Sparkle's niece, she denied that she was in that video. So no one actually ever came and said, "Oh, I was 14 in that video." So I look at things from that point of view. But can I say, yeah, this nigga like teenage girl? Because he just married. Did he just marry a girl that was 19 or 20 years old? I think that's what kind of,
19 and 23.
yeah, that's what kind of did him. Because no, but before all this shit came out, probably about a year ago, he married a 20-year-old girl, and then people were saying shit then, and they was like, yo, he like women that young or whatever. But nonetheless, though, yeah, when he married a 20, and this was before any of the other allegations. This was well before any of the shit, though. But um,
I
that's
mean,
still
but
on.
it's been tons of 'em. Woody Allen, a couple other people, man.
Nah, but we can't. But you know what though? See, what we can't do is we can't contrast. We can't compare and contrast to the devil. The devil is the devil because we know why he the devil. So, but as far as a black devil or a nigga who run around here, like I said, I mean, listen. This is how I look at things. Okay, all right. Obviously, I don't. He wasn't riding around in no truck, grabbing nobody, kidnapping, holding nobody against their will. You don't have a bunch of women at the age of 14 coming out saying, "Oh, he raped me. I'm 14 years old now," or whatever. You got people who's older who saying that they were young at that point. You understand what I'm saying? And then that has to be proven. So as far as he's not going to jail. You can best believe. I don't care. It's nothing no women can say other. He ain't got no sexually allegations against him outside of.
They say he looking at 72 years in Cook County alone.
Man, that's all. Listen, bro. 72 years for what? They ain't got nothing on them. What
Yeah,
they got?
that they said they got a couple counts of some shit.
Counts of what? They got accounts of him sleeping with underage women, right? This is what he's saying, right? But the problem is the women that's claiming to be underage are not underage at this point in time. You understand what I'm saying? But then, like you said, that if this is what we think this is, right? Let's just be open minded, okay? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say, all right, well, boom. If this nigga he did marry Aaliyah. Yeah, I remember that was in 1995, bro. I remember that, and I was saying to myself, well, "Hold up, man, how old is she?" Because there was rumors that she might have been older than what she was. There was back then you had little rumors like that. Like a lot of niggas said Easy E was older than what he was or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Him, LL. You had little allegations like that. But as far as she heard, no one really actually knew until you heard her say it. But when she said it, it basically put him out there. Even though, like, yeah, that's some wild shit. Like this nigga sitting up there marrying some young girl. Like you really looking at her like that to where you fell in love with her. Like so that we know that's some sick old shit though. But like I said, at the end of the day, we can prove the Aaliyah shit. At least I guess he married her, so he can probably have sex with her. I guess or whatever. We don't know what the situation is or whatever. A lot of people said on that. I never seen that video. I don't want to see it or whatever. I can live without seeing that. I can, man. It ain't like I said. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? If the individual was that young, why are people watching it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sit up there like, oh, she young. Like you know how niggas is, man. And niggas go motherfuckers. Yo, word up, bro. Like I said, that's the whole thing. Reason why we even made this video about this Joker, man. Because like, yo, why are you mentioning our name in a comment or whatever? Like you straddling the fence or whatever. Like you first you Aboriginal, then you ride over on Seti. You big up and Seti Black Power. Like what? Like come on, bro. Like it's really. I'm not telling nobody. If anybody watch Seti videos or whatever, you big up him. It's not a problem. But to put in the comments saying that we lost, how the fuck am I lost? We didn't did the research on South America. Okay, I don't know about the corner of the pyramid, the inside the doors and all that, like Seti was talking about, but I can tell you, I can read and I can see what the fuck I can read and I could put together 6 or 7 similar articles or different people who are agreeing with Ruth Shady on the age of these pyramids in Super Peru. I can put that together easily. Then also I can put together of what academia is saying the pyramids in Egypt is. And then the pyramids over here are older. Unless it's that much, unless they're gonna go back and change it and say that they made a mistake and saying that okay, now if they say they made a mistake, then I'm gonna have to say, all right, well the pyramids in Egypt is older. But I've still got the Brazilian pyramids. You know what I'm saying, and there's some other structures here that's around the same age as that too. So, like I said, man, I don't mean to keep on talking about pyramids. Listen, you can find your tribe. You got people there that's showing you how to do your ancestry. You got people out there that's got nationality cards and identifications. You got tribes out there that you could connect yourself through. That's not. I don't do that. Like I said, I mean, I can refer you to some people who do that. As far as changing your status, I can help you with that. But as far as it doesn't matter if we don't change our style. We have to be a nation. We have to be a nation of people to be recognized. So one person who say he's an Aborigine, it ain't doing nothing because we all have to agree that we all is this, and there has to be a large body of us for us to be able to go for any reparations because we could easily prove that they fucked us out of the fact that we was Indians. We could easily prove that they put Negro and color on your birth on our birth certificate. So that alone is injury. And by them putting Negro and color on your birth certificate, that's not allowing you to even claim that you're Indian. You understand what I'm saying? To where you probably could have got reimbursed so we could have moved on with the shit that happened in the past. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, can't nobody really, they can't knock the people right now that's bringing up reparations because I'm proud because I see people they making a strong argument for or you gotta be careful with who makes the argument because you guys people who believe that listen if you came here in 19 before 19 I mean after 1965 how you gonna how you gonna get reparations? You ain't go through Jim Crow. Your ancestors ain't go through slavery here in North America. So why are you why do you feel like you should get reparations? If you wasn't your people wasn't here at the time of 1865 or even like I said, if they came like maybe around like after 1865 and they lived from there and they went through the hells of Jim Crow, because obviously if they did, they had to because there's no separate African or any of these other so-called black communities with the set you do got separate areas where people like you got Haitian, you got Jamaican, like you got Jamaican Queens, and you got certain areas like where I live at right now. I got one, two, three. One, two, three. I got 3 Haitian people living on my floor, and they cool as hell. And I got downstairs, I got 2 Guyanese, Jamaican, no 2 Guyanese, like 3 Jamaicans or still. So it's where I live at right here. I got 2 Africans live here, so it's diverse among melanated people that's from different origins or whatever. But for the most part, like I said, um, like people, everybody got to take up their particular issue with who is the people who colonizing them. Okay, we can't make an argument. I can't make an argument for France or make an argument for Spain or make an argument for Portugal until we make an argument for ourselves. Because if we're gonna need all the energy we're gonna need for us to try to get our shit hit. You understand what I'm saying? But while people is hearing us saying we trying to get our shit hit, then people should be trying to contact where they from and see if they can start pushing the issue. But in a lot of them other them Caribbean islands and shit, They ain't doing that. 'Cause a lot of motherfuckers is coons. And the same way we got coons here, we got people who these people pay off so they won't pay you. You see how that work? They got people who they pay off so that you won't get paid. They live an excellent life, a house on the hill, while you struggle, while you eat ramens and noodles and shit and whatever whatever the shit that's low on the totem pole. But you get the idea what I'm saying. But for the most part, what we trying to do here in North America is be recognized here in North America, because I understand what the Hard Seller Act did to North American Aborigines. I understand what it did, because like I said, I got videos on that. I got videos on that breaking that shit down too. The Hard Seller Act, how much money going to illegal immigration. I got videos breaking all that shit down. So, like, when people talk about that 80 or S, I've been talking about that shit from day one. I didn't say, but I'm speaking from an Aborigine standpoint of me being indigenous here, which is which have well more substance than any of that Aboriginal or ADOS shit
So,
that's going on.
so you don't just touch on history then, huh?
I mean, history. Listen. Let me tell you something, right? This is unknown history. We don't know about none of this shit, y'all. This is still new history to this point in time. The same way when you first came into Kemet and so-called knowledge, and you heard Dr. Ben, and you heard this, when you first heard that the first time. That's how this shit is now, because this shit is all new to us. This shit is all new to us. And if you did think you was Indian, you thought you was still African too. You see how that worked? So this history is new. You know what I'm saying? This is all new history. Like, there's no time. I don't have time to talk about anything else because I'm doing research on this. This is where the primary research is at. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of different things I look at. I check out everything. Trust and believe. I check you. If people see me, you see me in all types of. I listen to a bunch of different things, or whatever. Um, but I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? And this is for people who want to do the research or whatever, like who's not biased or whatever. Yo, check out Taj Tariq Bey, the last video he made about the KKK. Please check that out, y'all, because he pretty much explaining something like we missing some parts of this history, right? And when I hear Taj Tariq Bey talk about it, he fills it in. Now, for me, that's how it works. That's how it works for me, though. We got a video about the KKK and the two-party system or whatever, and he breaking all that shit down about Andrew Johnson, and all that stuff, breaking all that shit down. And I think, like I said, for people who do the research, who really want to know, for some people, this might just be edutainment or whatever. You might get some education off of this. You might be serious about finding out who you are. You know what I'm saying? And one day you might really pursue it to the point where you do your ancestry. But for the most part, this could be just edutainment to most people. But to some people really want to do research, and they really want to believe that this shit is true, that we was already here. And 100% of us are American Indians. Okay, 100%. Ain't no. I mean, I'm saying 100% because at this point in time, can you show me any African communities going back into the early 1900s? So if there was no African communities and all the communities was black or whatever, then obviously these same Africans, if you believe that they brought Africans here, had this so-called assimilate into the so-called blacks or the colored or the Negroes who was already here. So at this point in time, that means they assimilate into us. And if, like I said, my theory is correct according to what I got from Brown University and a few and several other different databases or sites or whatever, they say that they enslaved 5 to 6 million people here, two to 5 to 6 million people here. Which I'm like, hold up, well, you went from 2 to 5. What is the chances that it could be more than that? Okay, but we don't need it to be more than that. All I think I can just okay. You said 5.5 to 6. Okay, well we can play with that. Because if we playing with 380,000 people who we claim to be born here, and they enslaved 6 million people, and if, like I said, if we don't really further up your research and see, well, okay, some of these people were sent to Europe, some of these people were sent to the West Indies, some of these people stay here on these same colonies. Okay, now you have to start saying, well, hold up, how many people do you think that stay here? Oh, 3 million, 4 million. So let's say it's 4 million. 4 million, we divide 380 by 4 million. You're gonna get your number. You're gonna see how many more Indians outnumber the so-called African. If it, like I said, and if you believe they African, because the major piece to the story is that they send the Africans to the Caribbean. But then you have to start asking yourself, well, at what time are you talking about? Because if everybody wasn't doing the same thing, they got you believing that all these so-called European countries was all going into Africa and bringing people around the world to build colonies. No, that's not true. That's not true. The only reason why it seemed like that in North America, because the people from Europe wanted the land. Most of these other, most of these other different countries, them people went back. They went back like to Spain, like the Spanish and the Portuguese. Yeah, they left people over here, but if mostly, mainly, most of them went back. The English wanted the land. That's why they was trying to bully everybody they came in contact with. Every other European group of people that they came in contact with, they tried to bully and they kicked them off the land. They kicked the French off the land. They kicked the Dutch off the land. They kicked the Spanish off the land. Why they warring with the Spanish that they doing the same thing the Spanish doing? Because they didn't want the Spanish on here. They wanted this shit all to themselves. So in that process, yeah, they sorted millions of people, but they also kept enslaved millions of people. And they also gave other millions of people opportunity to be part if they will be under their jurisdiction, which is what's going on today. We under their jurisdiction, and we under the jurisdiction in some ways forcefully, like they say, under threat, duress, and coercion. Okay, threat, duress, and coercion. Okay, this is how you under the system. They coerce you to say that you was colored or put you under some type of color of law to where you agree. You understand what I'm saying? Like if they knew you was already here, and you was a so-called Aborigine, okay? They had to fit you. That was the plan wasn't for you to stay an Aborigine. The plan was for you to have a name like motherfucking Peter Jackson or whatever, with the exception that we did start naming our kids after the Arabics and like Raheem and all that, Ishmael and all that other shit or whatever, or some of them names that's in the Bible. Of course, some of them names are in the Bible too, but for the most part, like you get Bobby Johnson or some shit like that. Okay, he didn't want you to be. He didn't want you to have an Algonquin name. He wanted you to have a name similar to that. Bobby Jack's son, patriotic name. Um, Marison. That's a matriarch name. Woods is a geographical name, as well as Brown. Brown is also area which they found. But nonetheless, though, however it go, what I'm basically saying is that we've been here. We always been here. The Mayans was black people. Don't get it fucked up. Don't let nobody tell you that they wasn't black people. It was black people all the way from the last country in South America all the way to motherfucking Nova Scotia, which is Canada. Okay,
Facts.
and we can prove this without doubt. Like I said, we can. All I have to do is prove that somebody that's saying that it was black people here. You said there wasn't no black people here. Okay, but then we're gonna start minimizing the numbers of how many people were here. But then I got a scientist for that too. I got a scientist that said it was up to 112 million people here. And then, like I said, I got people who got all types of crazy what I'm saying, research out there. But like I said, we gonna always minimize the number. They brought more people here, even though Even though you cannot bring people over in a wooden ship, right? People letting all types of bio waste out on this ship, which is making the ship itself a biohazard, which is making itself form all types of methane gases and gases that you can't even stand, or gases that will cause infection, or gases that will shut down certain organs or whatever. Like, this is where, when you start fucking with bio or biomatter, like any feces and plasma and blood and all this other stuff, that shit, if airborne, yeah, it can cause biomatter. If it mix, it can cause all types of different, like, you can derive the different diseases and infections from this shit, because you're supposed to be separate from that. When you urinate and you defecate, that's the reason why you have toilet bowl or toilet stool to go. You close the top one and you flush the water or whatever, and you close the door and you live in a separate quarters from that. You ain't supposed to be laying down in no fucking. Let somebody do that experiment. Go in the motherfucking sewer, or fucking you try living in one of them plastic a Mr. John and shit. Try living in a Mr. John. Like, look, you know how, like, where I live at, there's parks and shit. They got them little Mr. Johns out there with them little portable bathrooms, right? So go there at the end of a weekend, and you go sit in that motherfucker for 5 or 6 hours, and you create a motherfucking you do some research. You take some data down and see if that shit'll work. And that ain't even with the point, with the fact I'm saying, lay down in that shit. Lay down in that shit. Or some urine. Because you see older people, they get bed sores because they urinate in the bed and they lay in it, and the urea eat up their skin. So what the fuck you think will happen if you laying in some damn shit in urea for fucking months, bro? You wouldn't have a leg when you got off the boat. That shit would ate through your fucking leg. It would have started eating through your leg, and they didn't have the proper medication or the proper things to fight staph infections and all that shit. These motherfuckers was nasty. So how was people being transported on a wooden vessel like that and then brought over here? So the first time that this goes down, and then you report back to the person who funding this, because somebody, you had to be getting the money and the resources to pay for that much food for 300 people, or for how many people. According to the records I seen, it was 2 here, 3 here, 1 here, 4 here. There was not no large numbers of people being transported here. There was 2, 3, 5, 6. Man, it was small numbers of people being transported. You understand what I'm saying? And then understand this too. At one point in time here in North America, they did have these ports to where they were picking people up, to where they come down like Canada and rock the coast of southeast, northeast coast or whatever. And they go into different parts, like they go down through Charleston, or they probably go from New York to Charleston. Charleston is a port. If you look on the map, you see that you can leave from New York and go down to Charleston. Then you can go down to Louisiana. And then you can go from Louisiana and shoot out to the fucking Caribbean. Not go out to Louisiana and shoot. Listen, you gotta look and see on a map how far some of these areas are to get to by boat. You're not going to go in the middle of no damn ocean with one boat with a bunch of people on it, and you ain't got no food, you ain't got nobody shadowing you. Come on, are you serious? You said that's a suicide mission. You're not going to do that. And like I said, and there is no data or no research to back up it's exactly how they was doing this. All this shit so far is left for just speculation, to where anybody can come and then put together and use their common sense, or come up and do, like I said, do the. But like I said, unless you can't really do no data unless you're willing to lay in some piss and some shit. If you're not willing to, you can do all the data. You could do all the data you want. If you're not willing to land some piss and some shit or see how they was doing this shit, then you ain't really doing nothing. I'm not willing to do that, but I'm willing to do the research on what would happen if you did land some piss and some shit for 5 months. They're gonna tell you, shit gonna eat through your fucking skin. So you think these people got off the boat after land, all that methane gas, yo, that shit would have made you sick, yo. It make me sick talking about it, not less if that shit really had to happen to someone. You understand what I'm saying? Like think about how a bum smells. You know how a person who haven't washed or haven't, you know what I'm saying, in months. We talking about in months, okay? So imagine laying and you think they had showers on wooden boats? Hmm? You think they had showers on these wooden boats? How was these people bathing? Hmm? How was they
On
bathing?
on top of being malnourished.
Exactly. So now and then so these people was just that strong to be able to get right off of the motherfucking boat, right? And then start staying out in the sun in the middle. Come on, man. Like you gotta use common sense, bro. Like it's not even at this point in time. At this point in time, it's not even like you just gotta use common sense. You gotta do the research. You gotta see, okay, all right, well, you got people saying it was black people here, and then you got other people who throwing shit in the game. They throwing curveballs to say, well, okay, the black people who they found here are not the black people who think they Africans. You understand what I'm saying? They're gonna throw you a curveball. They're gonna say that it's different black people, but you don't see no remnants in them. Maybe we do all so-called black Americans don't look alike. All of us don't look exactly like. You got other people doing shit in the game. They doing not bad at all. But yeah, man, I mean, real talk. Like, I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but we gotta sit there and look at it. And like I said, you know, brother posing as an Aborigine, but over there on Seti like Black Power. Come on, man, you played yourself, Chief. Like you on Seti paid. You actually spoke to be Aborigine and you gave this nigga a Black Power shout out. Like who does that? You know what I'm saying? Who does that, man? Then you gonna throw your own brothers in the well, I don't know, because at the end of the day, I don't know. We only brothers as far as much as we say we brothers and sisters, man. But when it comes down to it, are we gonna be that? I don't know. Hopefully, yeah.
Right. But nah, bro, double agent. He a triple agent, goddamn.
No, but I'm just saying, like, come on, man. How do you and then you make a video saying that the Mayans wasn't black? Come on, bro. We got all that. We got images of black people there, bro. We know that them, like I said, like I just showed you, these people in Peru right here. These motherfuckers are not these are not the people who built or responsible for none of this shit. They not. But they would sit there and have you believe they are, and then have us believe it too. Come on, man. Look at that. People don't look nothing like, and they try to make you think that indigenous people in Peru say no to what's the name? Like them, I guess you want to say they're indigenous because they was there probably for the last maybe 300 or 400 years. But like I said, these people are Asians, man. They Asian. Them Asian looking people. Them people look like Mongoloids, man. And you know the funny thing is, if you speak to a Filipino, I swear I hear Filipino saying, I mean, they sound like they be talking Spanish, like they got a Spanish accent, some of them. Like if you ever hear Filipino talk, some of them sound like they Spanish. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, I was told that the people that was like the Mayans that was doing the sacrifices was the ones that mixed with the Chi dynasty that came here, and them people got expelled by the original so-called Olmecs and sent to the Philippines. Now I know that's probably a little hard to believe, but this is what I was told. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like coming through different forms, like we used to have
A-
far like what?
Actually, it was Cambodia. They did DNA. You know how they deal with their DNA shit, but they did DNA results and the blood from the people that they call Mayan today came back to the people of Cambodia of historical texts.
All them people the same, bro. Cambodian, Fiji Island, Filipinos, Hawaiians, all them motherfuckers look alike. The different and the thing about the Hawaiians, they let the Japanese go into Hawaii and mixing with them people. Like they was going in mixing with different people. Yeah, that's what they was doing with the Hawaiian people. But like I said, man, at the end of the day, man, you just got to do the research. You just got to think for yourself, man, and just think like, yo, if they lying to us, why are we trying to prove that we so-called Aborigine? Why is it important for us to prove? Because if it wasn't so important, I wouldn't have 100, 300 videos talking about this shit. And nonetheless, the same thing with everybody else. What say Eugene Bay say the original people of the Philippines were, they say the land, what the what the ATI stand for, land, and said it was dark. Yeah, the Negritos, Eugene, the Negrito. But what they did too was, I believe that they sent some more some more Asian people into that region and let them people who was dead too. This is what they do. These motherfuckers are slick, yo. A lot of these areas where you see people, they change their complexion. The same thing they try to do to us here and try to do throughout the Americas. And then once them people start looking like that, then they start saying, well, oh, them the original people. You understand what I'm saying? Like you said, the Asian invasion. What's up, Sister Warrior? I just spoke you up. How you been? That's what's up. But yeah, definitely the Asian invasion. There you have it. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it is. The Asian invasion. Them people are Asian people, man. And like I said, man, them ain't the same people who was indigenous to because it don't fit with the shit that you see them wearing. And like I said, if you got images, got images of damn mummies with locks in their hair. And then the people that's currently there now, you don't see not one person in the population of them with locks. It obviously they're not practicing the same culture the people who was there prior to that. Which lead me to believe that them people are not the same people. I mean, and it's obvious. But it's like trying to really prove this, trying to make a point out of it when you don't have a lot of information to back it up. Because yeah, okay, I'm showing you locks and everything, but outside of that, people want to see DNA evidence. They want to see motherfucker. They want to see everything. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, some of the stuff is just like it's laughable because it's like you have to sit back and just think about it. What am I saying? What is the purpose of my conversation or the purpose of my argument or what I'm trying or information I'm trying to explain? We have black people here, okay, that claim they've been here for 400 years, 5 years, whatever you want to say, right? But then you got other black people who said that they Indians, okay? So now you have to ask yourself, well, hold up. If you got some blacks that saying they Indians, then that must mean that obviously it had to be black people here, okay? Because like we do not look like fucking Indians that's on the reservation. We don't look like these motherfuckers. We don't look like none of the Mongols. You got a few people who might have a little bit features or some high cheekbone, but for the most, we don't look nothing like them. So now you gotta start asking yourself, well, hold up, man, because I can go down south and I can see people who's fucking dark red, brown, and they telling me they Indians. You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter about according to the skin tone or whatever. We was already here. It was already black people here who been here for I don't know how long. However long this so-called landmass existed, that's how long we've been here. There is no beginning. Can't nobody tell you what time we left out of Africa because that's all bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That Barren Strait story is bullshit because the original people was already here and no one took no migration. No one took no migration and just started walking and millions of people up in land. Because if you let's say for example, right, you go on a migration, you start, you know what I'm saying, you and your people start migrating. Now the situation where you left, you had everything. You had water, you had fucking fruit trees, you had vegetation, you had everything you needed in that one particular place. When you get to the new place you're going to, or wherever when you stop and see a place that you can, you know what I'm saying, that you can possibly habitate in or whatever, you're gonna think about like, damn, if it don't have this everything, it's like right now, you live in a damn villa, or you live in a um, say you live in like a 5 bedroom house. Now, for some of us that might be too big, but for, let's say, people who don't have kids, let's say you live in like a duplex apartment, some shit like that, like upstairs, downstairs type shit. Um, just the room that you want or whatever, right? You ain't going to downsize if you can afford to still stay in that so-called living space. You don't care about shit no more. But you ain't just gonna move out of a particular area and then just say, "Well, oh yeah, let's go live down there. Yeah, let's go live. Let's leave here in or in South Africa, and let's walk to the Sudanese. What's that island, man? The Senegalese island, and let's live there now. And then you know what I'm saying? Then what? Come on, man. Like I said, all it was Negroes everywhere on the planet, man. Everywhere on the fucking planet. But what happened was the European, where the Negroes lived, was the best places. So these are places where the European wanted to run in and take. You know what I'm saying? Because where we lived at had everything. And they loved the culture. You know how, just like right now, you see them over there now going to Africa, learning Zamba, or they didn't exploit it, damn near everything from us, to where now they just travel the world and just exploit everybody else. You know what I'm saying? They didn't exploit. They got our shit on lock. They can control our shit. They got our shit down packed to the point to where they don't even need you to do your shit. They can have a motherfucking, they can have a little Justin Bieber, or they can have a little European boy emulate everything you can do, and you don't even have to be there. You see how that works? Or they can have a motherfucker with the same haircut that so-called Aborigines was wearing, same style, clothes, gold chain. You know what I'm saying? The same culture, basically taking your culture from you. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, now they go around the world and take the culture. So this is, they got there, go to other places. They go there, they sit with the people, they try to learn the culture. They see what people they can make alliances with, and what people want to agree with them, and what people want to disagree. You know what I'm saying? The divide and conquer is always applicable if it need be or whatever. But for the most part, like I said, man, this is pretty much what happens, man. And if you don't understand, according to the documentation that been provided, as far as, like I said, with everything, like it's like I said, from the pyramid to the Michael Cremore to, like, to everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got to listen to different individuals according to how much information you trying to derive. Like I said, this is important to me. I watch a lot of other stuff as far as current events. I do sometimes dab with current events or whatever, but for the most part, I do my studies. I make sure I stay up on my information on where I'm trying to go with this, though. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's to each his own. Some people might binge on a DJ Khaled, DJ Vlad channel or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might binge on a Dane Calloway channel. You know what I'm saying? Someone might binge on a conspiracy dude channel or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or even Sarah Seti or Young Faru or any of these individuals that's out here. You know what I'm saying? Or Know the Ledge, or you know what I'm saying? Or like I said, numerous different individuals who got podcasts or who does, like, who do the talking thing where people can learn. Like I said, I listen to a little bit of everything, man. I've been listening to the brother Reza Islam a little bit. I'm not. I don't know. I don't believe. I don't have. Don't. That's not my culture. Islamic. I mean, that type of Islam. That's not my culture, or whatever. At all. You know what I'm saying? Do I self law and master? Yeah, of course I do. I look at it. I look at Islam in that way as an acronym. I self law and master. I take responsibility for my actions on this so-called third dimensional plane, or this so-called existence, or whatever the hell you want to call it. This reality, or this disillusion, or this assimilation, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I take fully responsibility for that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much is what I mean by that. But as far like I said, I've been listening to the brother Reza Islam. I listen to brothers Zoe Williams. I listen to a lot of. I derive a lot of different talking points for the mundane. As far as like I said, you got past and you got present. Okay, I got people I listen to in present time. I got people who I listen to dealing with the past because, like I said, we still trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. We still trying to figure out what happened, man. Like nonetheless said, this is a crime scene. We're still trying to figure out the crime scene, and I'm for real about that. Cause there's so much shit that they didn't discover here that they not telling you. What we done went over? We done went over pyramids in Cuba. We done went over so-called Egyptian temples in Tennessee. We done went over different things. What man? Underwater pyramids, underwater Stonehenge type of things found in Wisconsin. You know, we done went over so much different stuff. Like I said, there's so much that I forgot a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? But we done touched on a lot of different information. We did the Mississippian culture, you name it. The California. I'm gonna do the Queen Khalifa video over because I was really like on that one right there was like one of my first videos that I really when I really started. And man, like I said, if you never recorded without a headset to where you was just reading a particular document and all millions of things going on in the house, cat, motherfucker ringing a bell, all types of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. I believe I could do a better job as far as putting the video together. So I'm gonna probably do another video on that one as well as like I said, I got a lot of other shit going. Um, I took the statistic class this semester, man, and this shit done been taking a lot of my time, along with other things to just maintain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, the statistic class is tough though. But one thing I'm gonna tell you, like, I mean, you learn exactly how they derive a lot of this data and a lot of this information when you really start breaking down some of the so-called um formulas. Like, I mean, it's really interesting. I ain't gonna front. Like, I enjoy it. It's a lot that overwhelmed me. According to it, hell yeah, because it's a lot to study. Like one chapter, you could be studying that for a week. That ain't no shit you can read one time unless you Gary Gnu, you read it one time and you learn it. Nah, that shit you have to really go back, look over things, learn how to work. It's a lot into that. So, you know, like I said, I mean, I got a couple more weeks to semester is done with. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is what I like to do as far as the knowledge and the history or whatever. Like I said, I can do conspiracy videos for days. I know about all the conspiracy theories. I listen to all of them.
So CV Boy 89, you got the opposition and something that we're saying, you can come on the platform and speak your piece, brother.
Who that?
Oh, shit, I don't know what the nigga name is. CV Boy 89, some shit like that.
What? CV Boy 89. What's your problem? What do you got a disagreement with? Let me go back and I ain't but I can say it myself. Yeah, but fuck it, man. You ain't got nothing to say. You ain't gonna say. You ain't gonna post it. Yeah, I mean, but pretty much like I said, man, I ain't got no beef with anybody. You know, I mean, I had my little disputes because these ain't no fucking beefs, man. This YouTube shit, you ain't this ain't no beef shit. You really beefing with somebody on here? Like, come on, this is some chatting back and forth, trolling with it. And both and the two individuals, like I said, I done did some trolling shit too, because for me to be feeding into somebody bullshit or going back and forth with them is like kind of trolling them too or
Fact.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? I done did some trolling shit too, but for the most part, he said, see, he said, how did Avalon Rockman and say, "Okay, Prince come to America?" That's a good question. I mean, you with that right there, Abdul Rahman. I mean, I gotta look into that. I mean, what? So who is that? Who is that? Who that's supposed to be? Mansa Musa? Somebody? C-Boy 89? And when what's not Mansa Musa? What's the other brother name that they always be talking about? Damn, I can't think of it. It's gonna come to me in a minute, though. It's gonna come to me in a minute.
Yeah, the nigga they talking about they brought over here and left and shit.
Nah, what the fuck is his name, man? Mansa Musa. Supposed to be, he's a Mansa Musa brother, or it's another so-called African supposed that came here. And like I said, right, another thing, a lot of these stories they telling you are stories of people coming from Europe, not coming from Africa. From Europe. You understand what I'm saying? They're not coming from Africa, they coming from Europe. When you look at, like I said, man, you just gotta use your brain, right? The Portuguese and the so-called Spaniards, right? Contact with the Moors all the time because the Moors were the original people who lived in them regions. The Moors was the Franks, which was the French. They just enslaved. They just created a caste system, put the people that was on top now on the bottom. They did that in a lot of different. They do that to wherever,
What you talking
man.
about, Bacall or some shit like that? I can't never pronounce
Carl,
it.
you talking about? He's probably talking. He said, "Oh, he said no. He was a prince from West Africa that got kidnapped. That that's a myth, man. That he might have been from the Caribbean. See, boy, when you really get to the point where you start doing I know exactly what you talking about now. I know exactly you talking about at the end. They did a revolt, right? They see, boy, 89. He was taken, I believe, the Barbados, man, or he was taken to Barbados or one of them Caribbean islands, and they had a revolt there, and they captured him, and at the end they chopped his head off. It was him
Put
and
your
his own.
Tell him put his email in the chat. He can come on here and speak.
Yeah, but I think I know. I think I heard the story. A story similar to what he talking about. Abdul Rahman. Yeah, I don't. I never, like I said, I never heard of Abdul Rahman. I never heard of him. Never heard. Yeah, I never heard of him. Montezuma is the one they say is Mansa Musa or his brother. Yeah, but if Montezuma was Mansa Musa brother, that means Mansa Musa was from here. Stop it, fam. No, Google it. I'm not Googling. Listen, I don't just Google shit. I'm gonna have to find some real information on him. I ain't just gonna pull up one article and then that's it. Nah, I need to really get time to really look into it. Really, that's how I do mine. When you talk about individual, if you can't explain it and tell me what he did or whatever, we told you put your email in the link and you could come on and you can explain it. See, a lot of them stories where they tell you that these Africans came here, these aren't Africans. These are people coming from the Caribbean, coming from Europe, man. For real. But see, we not taught that. You're not trained to know that the original people who was in Europe was Africa. Well, now I ain't gonna say African, was melanated people. You're not trained to know that. That's where you get all these images from. Like, I think I got a few. Let me see something. Like in Europe alone, I think I got a nice Europe picture with them. They got the hats on with the feathers in it and everything. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the original people in Europe was Negroes, man. And no, they wasn't Africans. I don't know where they came from. We assume that they was Africans, but I mean, what did he do that was so important that we need to look him up? He came here and did what? Well, that's the way that the story is told. He came here and what did he do? Peace, 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 Braveheart. Say, hold up. I say Europe is Africa. I mean, listen, we know that Europe wasn't even Europe 400, 500 years ago, man. So Europe wasn't Europe 500 years ago. Africa wasn't Africa 500 years ago. So where are we going with this? And I ain't trying to be funny, Ishmael, but like I said, like they change up so much, and the way we look at things today is not the way it was back then. It was nothing like this shit. Now this shit is colonized and under mad control of everything. Hold up, you said what? Rome is. Oh yeah, young Cherokee. Yeah, I know that, Prezi, young Cherokee Prezi. Yeah, I mean, if you look in there, yeah, but we are. But that's what I'm trying to say, right? Look, once you find out, right? This, like I said, this is what did it for me. This is what did it for me, right? All right, this is what did it for me, right? 9/11 is really what did it for me, what really woke me up. I think when 9/11 happened, you had a lot of people who woke up as a result of 9/11 or whatever, and a lot of these truthers and people of that caliber start and things and start saying, well, damn, well, if they lie to you about the story that they told you with that, then what else do these motherfuckers lie to you about? So none of this. So if they lying to you about this shit, if they creating a problem, if ain't nobody bringing drugs here and the drugs is being funded by the CIA and they being moved around here and being sold to us and they making a profit and they just because they go and bring drugs here, they creating 10, 12 different systems that people can't even see that's down the line. You creating economics off of economics off of economics off of economics off of economics. You create so many different levels of economics just by drugs itself. Okay. Okay, you bring drugs in, you get the initial fee from the drug dealer, right? Then in cases you become a supplier to the drug dealer and you still police. And that's the reason why they let you fucking sell all that time, because they getting the fucking money. They don't want to give up they don't want to start. They like, man, this some good money right here. he got a nice connect. Fuck that. Let's keep on doing it until we feel like. That's why they wait to when shit start dying down and when things start going left. That's when they will bust you, because they won't bust you when things going good. And like these stories you don't hear about. You hear when people start having certain problems, or they might start questioning certain things, and things start happening as a result of that. Though, but like I said, even with drugs alone, you create so many different levels. And like I said, and this is just a point that I was just trying to say, as far as if they will lie to you about all the wars, Pearl Harbor, the Gulf of Tonga, even the Holocaust, even the fucking Holocaust today, they will sit there and lie to you about this shit. And they got you feeling empathy for somebody else, and when the real empathy should be you, because the people who we got empathy for is living here in North America, and they living way better than you. You understand what I'm saying? They living way better than you. They got all of the resources, or the major resources that you supposed to have on your own land. Okay? And they got you feeling empathy. Like I said, once you start questioning all this, then you start saying, well, hold up, man, hold up. These motherfuckers will lie about anything. And none of this shit is real, man. None of it's real. None of it's real. None of it's real. If Bin Laden ain't do 9/11, and the Gulf of Tonga shit is what started Vietnam, and ain't nobody like because you got to think about, even when you start thinking about drugs itself, right? You gotta say to yourself, well, hold up, man. How the fuck is it an outbreak? Like, okay, you might bring a drug in, and what's the chances that it's going to spread amongst a group of people? Unless you got some influence that's promoting this shit. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what that Just Said No campaign in the '80s was doing. Was pretty much just, like shedding light onto it, making people curious about it. Because a lot of people got hooked on drugs just by being curious. You know what I'm saying? Just by wanting to try something. Like I tell people all the time, even when I go talk to these youth, I tell them, yo, don't be a triaholic. Don't try shit, especially things that can be detrimental to your life. You understand what I'm saying? But unfortunately, people like to learn through trial and error. So sometimes you get people who will sit there and listen to it, and then sometimes you get people who want to put their hands directly in the fire and get burnt. So, for the most part, like I said, that's pretty much how. But once you learn about that, I brought up the point. I brought up the point about 9/11 to show you that we thought that everything was real. Oh, they ain't gonna lie to you about that. So why wouldn't they lie to you? What happened to the original Indians? What happened to the original Indians, right? That lived. All right. So look, let me see. Let's pull up a picture real quick. All right, y'all. Let's pull up a picture real quick. I'm gonna pull up any picture, right? So hold up. Let's pull up something real quick. A matter of fact, you know what? We're gonna use one of these. Let me see. I got up there. Well, you know what? Different. Because these people, they say, is the one extinct original Indians. Like I said, when you really study this shit and you really understand it, they came in Virginia, they came in Massachusetts. Okay, so where are the original people that you found in the regions at? And what the fuck did they look like? You understand? What original people you found in Virginia? Oh, we killed them all. We killed them all. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you hear. And this is what people, and this is even what the people push. Even this is what they push towards you. They killed them all. They killed them all. You know what I'm saying, oh, we killed off all the Indians. Let me see. This the one that did it for me though. I mean, it's a lot of pictures. shit, like I was looking at like these motherfuckers is lying. These lying motherfuckers, yo. These some lying motherfuckers, man. Straight the fuck up. They just lying to us, man. They just misled us to the point where you gotta make videos about other Aborigines and show them or whatever how they don't know what the fuck they talking about or how lost they really are. Man, I don't know. Sometimes we pull these pictures up. It take a minute for it to pop up. On this, you already pretty much understand. It ain't that look like African. We got anthropologists saying what he be saying that if it wasn't Negro shit. Why would he be saying? And what happened to these people? That's what I want to know. What happened? What happened to the original Indians that resembled African, Australian, and South Pacific Islanders? Oh, they reclassified as Africans today. You understand? And this is the say this is the game that's being played. They saying we resemble other melanated people, and because we think we are them, we started claiming that
Right.
instead of
In
saying,
other words,
"Go ahead, you know what? Go grab, let me go grab some water real quick. You got me?"
yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah, nah, that's exactly what they saying. They just saying that it's been refurbished and changed to something else. Like most of our ancestors' burial lands was named Indian burial grounds, the Negro burial grounds, to later now what we call them African burial grounds, which is falsely changed. That's the same thing as plagiarization or copyrights issue. You know, that's a lawsuit. That's an act. You know what I'm saying, for reclassifying, changing the name of something that's already been established. So that's what they've been doing the whole time throughout various places, various lands, various things. We all know that. That's the commonality, you know what I mean, dealing with our people and these beasts that then came over here. They done relabeled and structured everything that they have to do with the American Aborigines. I mean, look at it. We got our brothers and sisters running around still thinking that they African American. You see what I'm saying? Hey, A1, big bro. Right. So yeah, in other words, man, like I said, it's just part about that whole movement, man. It's just about boiling down to the information and realizing who we are. We know it's just multiple angles and strategies that we got to hit. You know, the history, the genealogy, the laws, the wars, and then ultimately a strategy for us to move in the future. Because you know now's the time. There's no more time to wait. Fuck waiting a month. Let's wait to 2020. Now's the time to really buckle down and really start putting in this work. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Don't allow people to, just discredit what you're saying in your research. And don't take nobody's word for it. Don't take my word for it, A1 word for it. That's why we go out our way to get the site sources and give you references so you can go do your own research. You see what I'm saying? And it's just about simple as that. You know what I mean? Hashtag the gig is up. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I see 131 people in here. Only like 80 likes. Shaking with the family. Ain't rocking with us tonight. Y'all rocking with us? You know what I mean? Shout out to Young Peasy. the Aboriginal Tank, Walking Bird, the Marcus Wells, the Sister Warriors, CV Boy, Brendan Brown, D. Parker, Eugene Pay, Mr. Dark Brother, Colleen McLean, Copper Colored, Michael, Nonetheless, Trippy Brown, Ishmael. Who else we got in here? Well, Morsh L, peace. Peace, bro. I'm a Rican. I'm a Roki. Peace. You already know what to do. God. What it do,
Yep.
bro? What's shaking, man?
Yeah,
Peace to everybody that's out here rocking with us, man. We appreciate y'all.
indeed, indeed, indeed. But yeah, man. I mean, like I said, the goal is pretty much the same for us to understand who we are. Yeah, you get a couple distractions, you get people along the way that don't agree with you. But like I said, man, you know, if you don't agree with us, like keep the peace. Don't mention me, especially when we trying to really. This ain't no game of trying to. Oh man, I want to prove this to Seti. Fuck Seti. I want to prove this to 70 million people who think they from Africa. How about that? How about that? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and even if you don't prove it to them, at least present it to them to where they can understand it, to where they can say, well, they can at least have a choice and say, well, okay, well, fuck it. I'm from over here. At least give people an opportunity, give them a choice, man. And like I said, even though you got a movement like that ADOS movement, it might came out of ignorance because they don't know exactly what they're doing. But at the end of the day, it came. They wanted to do something strictly for so-called Aborigines of this land right here or whatever, and pretty much that's what it is. But the wording and the definition of it is wrong or whatever. But you know, like I said, man, at the end of the day, that's pretty much what we here for, man. We're here to pretty much find out who we are, man. We're not here to be running around here talking about we from a continent, we from two continents. Motherfuckers said you lost. Yeah, and you know, you do got a lot of us who say we from everywhere on this planet. Yeah, but where's your direct, where you from? Like, where you from? Because you can't say you from everywhere because you can't go everywhere and you don't know nobody everywhere. So you know, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you could say you from everywhere all you want. Well, I bet you if you can't go to Seminole Islands, then you from there too. You just can't go anywhere. So you only go to places where you really from. You know what I'm saying? But like I
That's
said,
a
man,
fact.
you understand what I'm saying? You can't you black people or so called like us because we the only people who under that term black. Even though now they didn't spread it out to make it fit everybody. Everybody think they black. Black is such a broad term. You understand what I'm saying? You black, but where's your nationality? Where you from? I know, okay, I know you think your skin tone is black, but where are you from? What's your nationality and where you're from? Oh, you from okay, all right. So you this. Okay. You know, that's what I'm saying. That's why most people they tell you where they from and they explain it to you. They so you don't get mixed up that we not the same. So that's why I say North American Aborigine. Now, I know you want to say we all Aborigine of the Americas. Yeah, we can say that. But the same way you'll get somebody say they Puerto Rican or Dominican or Haitian or Jamaican or Barbadian or whatever or Guyana, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Same way we have a term to identify us here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, considering shit all the work we didn't put in here. So we might as well mention it or have something to stand on. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, you know you tap back, you reach, you talk, you keep talking to jokers like Seti. Yeah, you can learn some talking points from Seti. But as far as the information, all his information, according to me, is backwards. And until he recognized it was black people, but he just won't bow down. And like just like most people won't. Because you still get people that I get the most ridiculous comments all the time saying, "Oh, well, it doesn't matter if I'm an Aborigine. I still at some point in time came from Africa. No, you didn't. Well, so where you from in Africa? So, I mean, you believe all people on the planet came from Africa, even Indians. So why don't Indians call themselves Indian Africans? And I know people said and talked about this shit. Y'all have heard this shit 100,000 times. But these are questions that you have to ask yourself, okay, to make sense, or if this something that kind of you trying to really find out. Why don't anybody else call? Why is it so important that we call ourselves Africans? Why is it so important that we got somebody to come up with a Pan-African movement? Like I said, and these Negroes are still so stupid to where they think Marcus Garvey was a sincere individual. You know what I'm saying? If listen, if they really wanted to fuck Marcus Garvey, why he die in England? Why they could have sent his ass back to Jamaica, let him die. If let's think of it like this, right? If they really wanted to do Marcus Garvey dirty, right? Why would they let him die in England? Why wouldn't they? They could have deported his ass to Jamaica or somewhere where it was fucked up at. England, it wasn't fucked up in England. Listen, back in the 1900s or the early 1900s, just anybody couldn't afford to live in England like that. You understand what I'm saying? You had to have some type of resources to be able to go there and live like that. But yeah, man, I'm just saying, like I said, these is observations. Like I said, in some point, it's my opinion, but it's research based, opinionated shit. It ain't just no, you just got something personal against the brother or whatever. Nah, I know flim flam. I see this shit. I see bullshit. See bullshit, and I see how they was pushing a lot of this stuff to get you to become a pan. They would set that whole Pan-African shit up so they can send people over here and start bringing different cultures over here. You know what I'm saying? So and then under the term black, it's like, oh shit, everybody's black. Oh shit, like, and then everybody buy into that, but some people don't. You got some people who don't buy into it, and you got a lot of people who do buy into it. A lot of people sit there and tell you like or whatever, and no damn well they not black. No damn well nothing about them fit the definition of what black is. What black mean to you? Oh, black power, like darkness, or so are we that? Who are we outside of that? A black American or black United States citizens, and that's the thing. See, everybody else will be so-called Chinese American, and they don't even say that. Most of them they just come out strict say they straight American, and you be left there and you are African because you just got finished watching Suit and Seti, and he told you were African, and you felt like you really was character worshiping to where you left a message and you know what I'm saying, black power, and then you sat there and watched SETI shit after you named yourself supposed to be an Aborigine. You sitting there watching Pan-Africans program you. Like I said, all of that shit that's talk about, I done heard and I done read. I heard that over and over and over again, whether it was on Amon Ra Squad, whether it was on his channel, whether it was on Sonetta channel, whether it was channel, whether it was him saying it, whatever. I heard that shit so many different times. Okay, and like I said, like, this shit you think is not a conspiracy, but like I just told you, if like we are okay, all right. Number one, right? This right. Are they telling you directly it was black people in America prior to so-called 1492? Number one. Right? Number two, are they telling you that it was all black people on the 13th colony? You had black Indians or whatever. They try to say, oh, well, we mixed. No, you mixed in West. You mixed in people who, in some cases, was people you sent to the Caribbean, and these people came back. And in some cases, when they came back, you put them on the same plantation, and because people can't read the historical information and they don't know the difference from Negro and Negro, slave and African. They don't know how those terms apply to us. Okay, because prior to what damn, I don't know. My time, my date is off a little bit, but I said, man, it's I don't know, man. It's getting late, man. I'm starting to ramble shit. But man, shout out to everybody came through. Shout out to everybody sent the soup. Shout out to everybody sent donation. Definitely appreciate all the Aborigines. Like I said, my man, I love to just teach the information. If I get the information, I'll put it out there and let you guys, you know what I'm saying, do what you want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's not my information. Obviously, it's some higher entity or some spiritual entity that's compelling me to do this research and be able to articulate it in a format to where people kind of understand it. You know, I definitely like, as long as I, man, have the urge or have the energy to put it out there, I'm gonna keep on putting it out there. But when you see me one video a month or whatever, like that's when I'm starting to get tired of it. But for the most part, I enjoy putting the information out there. Most of the comments is love. Most of what that come through is love, and I balance it because I get 99.9.9.9.9.9, and that don't even be about nothing. Because like if you hate us for saying that we are American Aborigines, we is found here by Europeans, then you hate yourself. You hate yourself. Like it feel good to say you from Africa, but when African along, when there's over 52 countries in Africa, and you can't tell me directly which country you are from, you don't know what country you with. So you don't live around your culture, and you just live in the middle of nowhere or whatever, or you live in a building with plenty of other differences, but none of them are from your country. So, like I said, man, open your eyes, start looking if it matters, because some of the shit doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But what do matter is the fact that we all is in agreement that we all want to know at least who we are, whether it is by watching the videos and people showing you real information, real data. Like I said, even in some of the information, peer review system, whatever. But you guys get it. You guys are smart enough to understand when I read that Smithsonian Institute article about James Chatter telling that the first Americans resemble these people. You know what I'm saying? You guys understand that. And like I said, when you really do the research on how long people been here, you gonna be even more in shock. You're gonna be more in shock. So I'm gonna shut it down, man. All right, y'all. I'm tired. So I need to take it down. But nonetheless, though, definitely shout out everybody who sent super chat. Shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to everybody who, you know what I'm saying, who comment and, you know what I'm saying, leave the good comment. You know, definitely give me motivation to get through the videos or whatever. And like I said, man, you see, it's nothing wrong because you might see me time. I might have left it on Seti channel or whatever, but you see what the topic going to be. It's going to be something about Aborigines or somebody or something pertaining to indigenous people or whatever. But like I said, this AP, you got something to say before we get up out of here? I'm you.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. This really was a heavyweight jam. You know, what I mean, just want to touch on various uh agents that's in the community. They don't just go for him; it goes for the other people that's out there doing the same thing, talking crazy, slandering us. When you can just come to us man to man, if you got some critiquing or anything you want to say, just speak your piece. But other than that, you already know, man, it's the number one chat in the world. Y'all keep supporting the brother. We're trying to get this cultural freedom out or hidden culture. I don't know the name, but A1 got the documentary about to get ready to come out, so you already know what's up.
That's right. That's right. Definitely, man. Shout out to all the haters too. All the people who do think we Africans and still remember that term was just invented. So if you buy into that term, the people over there did not come together and all agree to be called that. So you are still being colonized. You still have a and like I said, you want to be politically correct on everything else except that. Because you don't want to because if you take away that, then that's going to break all the other continent, all the other countries up to where people going to start looking at it like, damn, well, like that, then, oh, I might as well go get me, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. So I'm about to shut it down, y'all. Definitely thank everybody for coming through. Probably do another build. Probably, I might do one all night. But however it go, shout out to all the Aborigines. Everybody, man, come through. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for like I said for everything. Cause like I said, at the end of the day, no one has to come through. No one. There's plenty of other things you could be doing. Um, you could be doing. You doing anyway. You could be in there cleaning your closet out, cleaning your drawers out. It's something. You know what I'm saying? You could be doing anything other than sitting here listen to a brother talk about telling other so-called black people that they Indians when you already got a history that they laid out to you. So obviously, if you deviating from the normal story or from the story that they telling you and you hear, then obviously you must know something. Just like I expect something wrong. I suspect that something is wrong and something been wrong for a long time. So with that being said, y'all, I'm out of here, y'all. Catch y'all on the next one.